stage of their adventure, they came across a few things of note that they needed to accomplish. One of them was to acquire new artifacts of power, to create a new key to get rid of the problem they might have unleashed on the world. One of these items is the Spear of Life, governed under the power and supervision of the school. With the help of Connor, Human Man Dan and Connor, both related, as father, they're currently on talks on getting this equipment to you. In order to get something a little bit more, Becky, the best way I can phrase it, but Becky, you can totally disagree with me if you want. You more or less strong-armed Dan's father into giving you money for taking care of his son. And also for information on any other place you can get other stuff. And you were told about the maze nearby. Yeah. I don't know if Becky sees this forcibly getting stuff, but, what do I know? But
she's just a really good businesswoman.
Really good,
Very good at business.
Like Ray's really good at healing people. Which, honestly, you are. You're just apparently better at necromancy. Which is weird. But another item of power that you know of is the Mask of Thaw. That is under the, more or less, security of, Becky's mom. So Thaw, your brother, has gone over to get her. You guys decided to wait here for a while to make sure you're more or less in a place comfortable enough to speak. Ray went into a corner and began immediately studying. I don't know if you're reading volume 1 or 2, but I'm assuming you're going in order. Business.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
And this is where you start. Without too much of an issue, Thaw does return. A nice, jovial man who is a little bit older than Becky, about 12-ish years. So he does have a bit of gray in his hairline. However, coming in with him is a older gentlewoman, with gray overlining most of her hair, except maybe a bit of the roots. From what you can tell, she has the same type of complexion as Becky, but a more peach almondy skin tone rather than Becky's almond skin tone. So more than likely, her father has the darker complexion. But coming in, you do see a very stern, very lean woman. She doesn't have the type of build that Becky does, but at the exact same time, it feels as if you should be careful on what you say. I guess the best way I can describe it, if you were dating someone and this is the first time meeting their parents, and you were fully aware that you're meeting their parent. Or guardian.
I'm going to bravely step up and say, hello, my name is Tempest.
No!
And if you need me to make a deception check, I will, because I'm not actually feeling very brave. I'm just trying real hard.
Go ahead and roll persuasion. Because you're not really deceiving. This is more like you persuading someone else to be more there. It's not that great, but it's not terrible. As you go to give a firm handshake on towards Becky's mother. Sorry, Micah, not you. You're a man in this one. A very beautiful vampire man, but a man nonetheless.
Thank you. Very, very beautiful man. Yes.
She outstretches her hand and begins to shake Tempest's own hand. As she grasps arm to arm, you can tell, Tempest, that your hand is shaking. While your vocal cords did not miss a click, your hands more or less show what you really feel. And when she actually presses her palm to yours, it feels like a vice grip. And at the exact same time, it also feels like a vice grip. because her strength by just the handshake alone is very palpable without showing any actual outer frame whatsoever. And then she simply releases it.
Nice to meet you.
Likewise. Oh, then.
I think she likes me.
Excuse me. Hello, Mother. It's me. I haven't done enough yet. So, I'm very sorry. I was expecting to have killed a primordial by the next time I saw you, as well as own 7 kingdoms. But I'm still working on it. And that is all. I shake your hand.
You begin to shake her hand, and like Tempest, your hand begins to shake while shaking her own. Becky, do you remember the name you wanted to give your mother? I can't find it in my notes anywhere, and I didn't get a chance to.
I don't remember.
Oh, man.
Wait.
Because you wanted a specific name for her.
Becky, it was like... I don't remember.
What would be a good title then, until we figure it out later?
The strong arm.
Nice. Is
That
a law
lawyer?
firm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strong arm of the law.
It's after a lawyer.
Alright, I'll just go with strong arm until we discern what it was.
Strong.
As Becky, you know her title. Her name is Strongarm, to the clan that she belongs to. She, at a point in time, was the leader of traveling nomads, very powerful ones that needed to, survive on the land and the like, until she more or less beat up your dad when a deal went south and bad. Basically, your dad was traveling with a whole bunch of other merchants. The other merchants began to make a fuss and rude gestures towards, more or less, what would be considered bodyguards as what they were doing.
That was a real love story.
Yeah. Sorry, I went quiet there, and I'm assuming fire truck or ambulance went by my window. Sorry. Yeah. And so your mother basically beat them up, including your father, even though they didn't technically do anything, to show a point. He kind of fell in love with that, her strength, and the courageous feeling she had, even with noblemen's. So they got hitched. Her title is still Strong Arm, but she actually has a name. But for now, we will go with a more business sense, since that is what we're going with. As she looks towards you, Strong Arm does simply state, "All right then, dear, let me have a look. Turn around, see how well you've developed in the time you've traveled."
I would like to show her. I will approach her in muscle form.
You flex.
Tempest gives thumbs up.
Muscle form
As you turn around,
activated.
I give you a thumbs up.
And then when I turn around, I do the bodybuilder thing where you do the back flex, as well as the bum.
You do so without too much of an issue. Oh, more or less smirks. Glad to see his little sister back in action. But Strong Arm simply frowns. From what you can tell, you're not exactly sure if she's glad in this or not, but it's easily discernible after she says this. I see you still have a problem with the type of skills I've given you. As your muscles still continue to expand, we'll work on this later.
They are expanding with magic. Muscle magic. I'm gonna just step back.
You'd be really proud of Becky. She's done some really great things in the time that I've known her, which is a long time.
Oh yeah, what would those things be?
I saw her kill a man
I did.
from 10 feet away in 6 seconds flat.
It was more like 3 seconds.
Oh yeah, I mean I looked away, so half of those seconds were me blinking. But yeah. Yeah, really
I
impressive.
did.
Hmm. By now, your training should have given you 2-second reaction time. Getting slower.
I am getting bigger.
That's the exact problem. But I suppose you can do with your body at what you will. You are a grown child after all. Notice how she didn't say adult.
I
She still
take it as a compliment.
Okay, take it however you will. But she does state. Now then, what do your, I'm assuming, friends want here today? I'm a very busy woman. And you haven't visited in about 5 years, so I'm assuming you're here to get something you want and then simply go.
Yes, as I mentioned, I'm toning my skills. By killing a primordial, I feel like it's the only thing that give me a challenge. Besides you, of course. And to do that, we're in need of the mask.
And I'll step in and I'll fill in all the details and explain the situation too.
You do so. Moments later, afterwards,
I second that. I second it.
as Tempest and Micah begin to explain the entire situation to Strongarm, after a while, she does take note of all of this, and then she simply states, I understand where you're all coming from. I'm going to assume you went through names while you were explaining things. Mr. Micah and Miss
maybe
Tempest.
I didn't specify that Ray was the one who did the bad thing, but yeah.
Non-rose-colored glasses explain who did the bad thing. She does state, I understand where you're coming from, Mr. Micah and Miss Tempest. The matter of fact, though, is that it is our family heirloom. Your brother was named after it, of course. So why, after 5 years, my runaway daughter, should I give you a mask that was the legacy of your family after you simply deserted it?
Well, one, I am back, alive, and survived. And if you remember that one time you said that I couldn't survive alone in the wild because I was too pampered and stuff. Well, I did. I was homeless. And then I made a name for myself and I overthrew a king. And then I stared a primordial in the eyes and I didn't blink. And then I made him flinch.
You say the name Becky in 2 kingdoms, people hide. They gasp and they hide.
I've killed thousands of bad people and strong people. All of this is a lie.
Yeah, I know. It's the whole mother thing with she may or may not believe you, you can't tell. But the exact point in time, the exact question was never answered. So she simply repeats herself. Go ahead,
if the alternative is that we all die. So.
Well, everyone but my mom.
No, I'm pretty sure this would kill your mom too. I think they want to remake the entire world and everyone in it.
She then states, Miss Tempest, I am assuming you're new to the entire situation at hand. So I will let that remark slide for now. The Strongarm family for some time has been adaptable, and strength is part of the name. Becky, at a time, was weak for her most upbringing, which is why I stated when she was 3, she was far too pampered in order to survive. But eventually, I would expect my daughter to survive something of any caliber. But it has been some time, and in that time, she has rarely paid a visit, if at all ever, to either me or the rest of our kin. She has now come up with the rest of you simply asking for something. And Miss Tempest, I can understand and assure you I am fully aware of the circumstances that are of the present world. I am not a simple, aged, decrepit woman in the woods trying to live the rest of her golden days.
Yeah.
But that is
Sorry
not
about
what
that,
I
boy.
asked. Why should I give you the mask other than to liberate the weak from their mortal coils?
Well, so one, I myself would like to reseal the primordial, and by doing so, bring even more honor to our name, and possibly regain your trust as a powerful child adult. And Tempest thinks. What do you think?
I think that Becky's right. It would bring great glory to the House of Strongarm, and that oh, I'm sorry, I don't want to let you down, but I don't know what to say.
Also, we challenge you to a duel.
Hello!
Also,
We
this
challenged
is
whom to a
this is
duel?
royalty.
I don't
Who's
care
challenging you?
of your title. And when Becky says, and I challenge you to a duel, there you go. We are the strong. We do not simply ask. We take. And then everyone go ahead and roll turn order / initiative.
Just to be clear, are we all
Do
fighting
I?
against
You're all fighting.
Becky's mom?
Yes, but the question is, am I?
Honestly,
Because
you
I'm-
can
was
stay
probably
out of
not
it because
seen.
she does not know. No, she would have been informed by Thaw, but she does not. You're not currently here, so if you decide to stay out of it, you can stay out of it. If that's what you decide to do.
I'm gonna take
Did you
my
want
turn
help?
order
Oh,
just so I know like when I can step in.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Thaw moves to the side because he knows what's about to happen.
Becky, do you want help? Do you want us to help you? Do you want to
click on
do this by
myself.
yourself?
Give me a sec.
Oh
I
shoot,
would
she rolled
like-
pretty well.
do this.
Ha ha ha!
Let's
Wait,
go
I
again.
have one thing I didn't mention last time. I forgot.
Hmm?
Well, we'll see how it turns out. I want to make sure my weapon is not too powerful.
Okay. Do I hit? Where's turn order again?
You click on your token, and then
Yep.
go into your character sheet,
Yep.
and where it says initiative, between your AC and your speed.
Oh.
Turn order is another way of saying initiative.
I also have that +2 water spear for a two-handed.
Yeah.
Will we just add that on to the attack?
The +2, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Unless I might have created a macro for you. I'm not entirely sure. Let me quickly look at your character sheet.
I'm not sure. I just have it written down in my item inventory.
Spear,
+2 water sword
two-handed.
spear.
Oh, oops! I accidentally attacked.
Me too.
Okay. +2. All right, it should be added into the macro now, so you don't need to add just +2. It's already in there for you.
Yay.
Just in
Worst
case,
case
though, I am going to
scenario,
roll
I
it.
can just do fireball and kill everyone.
Do it.
Strength +2 plus proficiency. Yeah, it's in there.
Yay. Cool.
Okay. Oh, a lot of people rolled well today, except Becky and
Yeah.
Dan.
I'm terrified of my mother. It makes sense.
Makes sense. Give me 1 second. What would be a good facing your mom in Mortal Kombat music be? War Elephant?
Or elephant.
It's good enough. Well enough. 4 grammar on my part. Okay. Immediately she does state, now there you go. We are the strong arm. We don't ask. We take. It immediately gets something from her back where her coat is currently not shown. She extends out a giant blade, similar to Becky's, but not quite, as it has different modifications. As she flips it, she dives it into the ground, and everyone within...
Everybody.
Everybody except for Micah and the back row. So everybody. Micah, you're fine. Go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw as the ground around you begins to break underneath your feet.
So do you want me to do that or not?
No, you're far enough away that it doesn't hit you.
Okay, I don't have to do the roll. Okay.
Okay. And I'm going to roll for Sola and Nara. Yeah, Nara would get an natural 20. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tempest, you're able to move your feet in a way that you're not immediately hitting the ground as you're simply losing traction. Dan and Becky, you immediately hit the ground as you are now considered prone. You're able to get back up next round or on your turn, but it would reduce your speed by half.
Gotcha.
But that's not why she did it. On your secondary strike, she comes forwards and, she's making sure to hit Becky first. She swings her blade back up and then goes in for a strike against Becky.
No, Mama, no.
I'm calling CPS.
Oh, that's a natural 20.
Well.
Well, immediately looking towards you, Becky, she just straight up sinks the blade in for 23 points of slashing damage. Becky, I do believe you have resistance to slashing, so you can cut that number in half, so it's only 12 points of slashing damage. I believe you're high enough level that you get bludgeoning. Oh, wait, I think it's when you're raging.
Yeah, it's when I'm in rage. And I'm not.
Yeah, and then you take the total amount. My bad.
Cool.
But it hurts really hard. Thankfully enough, though, she doesn't get a secondary strike because the first one she did to basically get you down on your feet. I would roll again in case she got a natural 20, but she got a natural 20 on the first one, so I don't think I need to. Tempest.
I'm gonna use my action to help Becky up.
Okay. You're up top, so it's not that hard. You use your action to pull her back up.
And then I want to ask, do you want us to help you, or do you want to do this by yourself?
I think you should all help yourselves.
What does that mean?
As you look, as you look towards Strong Arm, you can tell that she is currently focusing on Becky, but there is as when she entered, an ambiance of danger.
Okay, then I'm going to I'm going to take out my short sword.
Hmm?
Actually, no. I'm going to back up.
Back up.
Back up next to Micah. And I'm going to use my longbow.
Hmm?
And I have a cool new ability that gives me a +2 on my archery.
Nice. That does it.
Is an 18 hit? Okay. And she's engaged with Becky, so do I get my sneak attack too?
She's 5 feet next to Becky, so you sure do.
Cool.
Nice.
Oh wait, that was my long sword, not my longbow. So 11 plus 10 is 21.
About the same. Actually, exactly the same. Just piercing damage. You
Just
shoot
when
the
it's fire.
arrow straight up directly towards her. As it sinks in, you do take note that when she looks at you, An icy cold stare forms in her, indicating that you are now a secondary target.
I let my eyes kind of crackle with lightning. I look very intimidating.
Roll intimidation.
Okay, cool.
It does look intimidating. You do see like some of the people that were honestly just shopping here. Back up. But not Becky's mom. Anything else, Tempest?
Oh, do I have 2 attacks yet or not yet?
What level you are?
I'm Rogue 4.
I
Blood Hunter 2.
From what I remember,
I
it's
don't think
5th
I do.
level. I could be wrong though. Second attack, 5e. I think you can take a secondary attack, but it would use up your bonus action.
Oh, okay, I'll do that then.
Okay. The only difference being is you don't add your proficiency.
No modifier damage.
I mean, your
Right.
dexterity or strength is added, just no proficiency, because you're using your offhand to throw.
Oh, I see. So it would affect the attack as well.
Mhm.
Okay.
Plus 11. I'm gonna assume your modifier is minus or well +3. So that still hits, thankfully though.
Okay.
The damage is the same. It's just the modifier to hit is different.
And then I only get sneak attack once per round, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, pretty good. As you lob over a dagger directly towards her, you can tell that it is significantly strong, but not going to kill her. As you simply scratch through, it is daunting, because this woman, more or less, is a little bit shorter than Becky. Does not have the whole muscle build framework, but is menacing nonetheless. Any other further movement, or is that it?
I got you, Becky. And that's the end of my turn.
Thank you. I take note.
Okay. Micah.
Whoa, stop here. Miss Strongarm, we came in peace.
Oh,
We came to ask for your help. We
oh no.
asked for you to bow to you and ask for your assistance
Yeah,
in taking care of the primordial. What the hell are you doing now? I'd like to just discuss this.
oh.
This isn't
Oh,
what
no.
strong arms do. They
Yeah.
take. But I'm gonna go ahead and have. Micah's a pretty good charmer. He's on
Vampire.
multiple occasions from town to town to town to town has left many women or men. I don't know what Micah's preference is. He could be both. He's a very handsome man. Left many a shattered heart, so he's very charismatic. Micah, go ahead and roll persuasion.
Hold on, I'm headed there.
No problem.
Okay.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of skills with the letter P in it.
Persuasion, yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good. Looking at you, she does state, I understand this, Mr. Micah. The only difference is you do not understand my own culture. We do not talk, we take. If you do not wish to be a part of this, then you do not have to. But Becky has her own family lineage she must abide by.
Could we discuss now and take later?
That is not how we do things.
I understand that, but there's always a compromise to something. What can we give you now to just get you to listen to us and figure out the consequences of a primordial coming into being versus our own obviously dysfunctional family issues.
Very, very dysfunctional. She didn't say that. I do. She does state, afterwards we can discuss things. If what is needed is strength to fight this primordial, and if you cannot defeat me, what chance do you have against something that is considered a god?
Well, we were able to be there when it got released, and we were able to get that far. So I think we've got pretty good chances. But if you want to fight, we can fight. I pull out my two-handed sword.
Micah, from what you can tell, she is basically testing Becky. Again, family heirloom, so giving it to her is something highly regarded. And she needs to prove herself, not only for the item itself, but to actually be able to protect the world. So it's still a messed up kind of way of thinking, but, you know, medieval times. I'm gonna say you have advantage because you more or less, accidentally or not, distracted her while speaking. So you rush over towards her, bring out your blade, and strike with the 21. It does hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Where it says 11 and 21, longsword two-handed, in Roll20 chat, you just click on longsword two-handed. Yeah, and you slash in for a good 7 points of damage. As you cut through the body, you can tell that she is not winded whatsoever. Tempest managed to get a good shot in, you managed to get a good shot in, and this woman is taking them more or less quite easily. And she is well over her prime, which is also a very concerning thing. Micah, anything else? Becky is hurt, and you do have a bonus action, so you can lay on hands if you want to.
On to Becky, I would like to do that, please.
Okay. It is...
I have 30.
Yeah.
Um,
You can do all of it, one or somewhere in between.
how far down is she?
Honestly, about half, more or less.
Okay. Oh, I will give her as much as she needs. Does she need 30?
She technically needs...
Oh, 23,
21.
right?
Yeah. Not 20, 23. Yeah, I was wrong in my math.
Okay, so she needs 21?
23.
23.
23. Okay. Give
22.
her... Okay, somebody. We're just going to give her 20.
Okay, that makes sense.
Bye.
You begin to heal Becky as she almost, more or less, gets almost back to full. All right. Any more movement, Micah? Or is that it?
That'll be it.
All right. Ray, what are you doing in the corner?
I see them as a nuisance, but I will ready mass healing word in case someone gets real injured,
Okay.
and then I'll just be studying, and I'll hit that off if someone about to die.
Sounds good. Sola looks towards you guys, moves around, Nara. So, weird family. Brings out a staff, begins to make a shillelagh and goes in to whack this woman over the side of her shoulder. 120, nice. Oh, she rolled pretty poorly though. The more or less staff cracks on her right side. Not a lot of damage, even with a natural 20. Adam brings out a long sword, comes over towards this side, able to get there just fine. Goes in for a strike. Is not able to hit as she simply moves out of the way. Nara backs up and begins to give Becky bardic inspiration. So Becky, on your turn, if you decide to, you can add 1d6. Yeah, I think it's still 1d6. Inspiration dice. If you feel like your attack didn't hit, to the attack, or you can add it to your damage.
Okay.
Okay. And it is Becky's turn.
I am going to stand up. I guess that's my action, right?
No, thankfully enough, Tempest helped you up on her turn.
Okay. Well, I'm going to raise my sword in the air, and I'm going to tell my mother, prepare yourself, mother. I have added muscle magic, like father does, to my strength. So prepare for pain. And I am going to swing the sword.
All right.
Come on, Becky. You got this.
Nice. You grab onto your sword and slice through. It bends in, and you see like a barrage of magic missiles just shoot out and embed into your mother. She does take it like a champ, but you can tell that that was a pretty good blow. Definitely winding her with that movement. Becky, anything else?
I have an extra attack.
Yeah.
I'm going to raise it up again, nice and slowly, very like dramatically.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going in anime style, going to yell, muscle magic slash, and hit her again.
Yeah. You've been rolling well. You slash in all anime style, and you can tell your mother considered bloodied as you strike through and through, managing to actually see her more damage than you've ever saw her in her life. And that was still even with those 3 giants when she fought them when you were a small kid. Giants are even very tall people. It's hard to tell at that age.
Nice hits.
Becky, anything else?
I'm going to strike a pose.
All right.
Like a JoJo pose to finish out the anime moment.
You do so. Dan, you're up to bat.
1 second. I would like, in the midst of this battle, to pick her pockets. I want to see if she's got any shiny things in there.
Go ahead and roll athletics. Because there's no way you're not being seen, but you're going to have the strength to go through. You look around her. She's currently wearing a very form-fitting kind of gown thing. You kind of don't see any pockets, so you give up halfway through.
Great.
She is a woman after all. We don't get pockets.
Well then, I would like to announce that I am quite slimy, slippery, and very weak. It is not entertaining to slash, stab, or punch me. It's like hitting a dead fish. It's quite boring. I lay down.
Connor was going to use his turn to basically protect Dan, but at this point he's going to use his turn to drag down out of the combat.
It worked, brother.
You at least will survive. Worried that everyone else might not? Danny, bonus action, what do you got? Or is that it?
He's... I could use heal move. Could I use a heal move as a bonus action, or was that just because he could touch him?
We'll go back. Yeah, you can heal someone if you have that kind of ability.
Oh, that doesn't count as an actual action?
Pickpocketing?
I haven't used an action.
I'm gonna say trying to pick someone's pocket. Bonus action, so you still have an action.
I'm fine being dragged out by Connor for my action.
Okay.
Drag me out,
Nice
Connor.
action.
It all still happened.
Nice.
All right. Strong arm now fairly weakened. Does look towards your team. And simple enough, she twirls her blade in her hand and then re-grasps it. As she does, I just noticed what you posted in Discord. As she re-grabs it, she does state, "All right then, let's see if you can handle this. If you can handle this, we can talk after." And then goes in directly aiming at Becky. You can tell that she used the very flat of her blade, but it came at you with a massive force. Plus modifier. She strikes in heavily, unfortunately. And Becky, I want you to go ahead and roll a strength saving throw.
Got it.
That's pretty bad. As she hits you with the broadside of her blade, you bring out your blade to basically block the attack, but it's not one that can be blocked unless you're able to push through it. So as you begin to try to block it, the force of strength emanating from her blade into yours and then into your body begins to basically pull you off your feet until it lifts you into the sky. Much like if you've ever body tackled someone, kind of like that. And then immediately she twists her blade, causing the arc to go downwards and hit the ground.
No, Mama, no, not again.
I don't think it'll kill you, but it'll definitely hurt. Oh, about the same as last time. She basically pile drives you into the ground for 23 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh. I sound like the grape lady.
As she stands over you, I will tell you now, combat is over. Unfortunately, Ray, you did not get a
Why?
chance to potentially.
Ray was getting excited seeing people near death.
Why is combat over?
I'll explain right now. As she drags Becky into the ground, basically pile driving into her, the lesson, she puts the blade into the ground, just sinking it in. Well, more like letting it go and the blade itself sinks into the ground, which is weird. Looking downwards at Becky, you can tell that the air of malice kind of goes away. There is no anger behind any of those strikes. There is no primal strength behind it. It's just simply a mother looking down at her daughter, simply stating, "You have gone a little better than last time. I'll give you that much."
Thank you. Thank you.
She outstretches her hand to get you back up on your feet.
I
As
slap
mentioned
her
before-
hand away and get up on my own.
There you go! As mentioned beforehand, this was just to test Becky and her resolve. So, Micah, you did actually a good job with trying to coerce this non-fighting. She is not trying to kill her daughter. It's more, she has to make sure her daughter is prepared for the worst. It's a weird way of parenting, but it's a way of parenting nonetheless. Medieval times. Unfortunately, not a lot of doctors. At the same time, though, I guess Ray technically is a doctor. At any point, Strong Arm does notice you get yourself on your feet. There you go. See? If you actually try, you can accomplish it. Looks to the rest of you. Everyone's still drawing their blades, prepared to attack. You can continue the attack if you want, but I'll actually, try. If you really want me to.
Yeah, do you?
As we said, Becky is very competent and impressive.
Becky, if you continue, it doesn't matter if anyone dies. I get to practice.
These aren't bad people.
but I can bring them back, so it's not like anything.
Nope,
goes wrong.
you can only practice on people I kill that are
Yes, but
bad.
if you finish the fight, then it'll be people that you killed.
This is my mom.
Oh. That's disappointing.
It's like, yeah, I guess you don't know.
I didn't know.
Selena, Strongarm does look over hover towards Ray's view and does state, I suppose it all depends if you have a connection with your own parents. It could be disappointing. Sure. Not understanding what you mean by that, right? She simply thought you just have a bad upbringing that you don't care for your parents. But Strongarm does look towards Becky, and she does state, while your strength can be improved, your resolve is one that has increased over the time you have been gone, which is good.
Years on the streets, Mama. Just like you. I spent them on the streets.
You do realize the reason why we're off the streets now is for you to have had an education, a business, a chance that I did not.
Well, I have none of those, but I do have what they call street smarts and strength
And friends.
and oaths.
Aww.
She does politely chuckle. Everyone has their own way of moving through life each step. While it's not the one I had cared to make for you, it is one you have decided to forge on your own. And seeing the friends alongside you, Adam and Sola still have the blades up, because you have not said whether or not you're continuing or not. She basically puts both of their blades down without much force. It does seem you have people around you that care for you, and at the very least, I can appreciate that. Looks towards Sir Micah or Mr. Micah, however she's been describing Micah, and you, with a very good silver tongue, are potentially able to get her out of diplomatic situations. I do hope you can continue that.
We work well together.
I'm sure. The next stages will be far more dangerous. And it will not include an aging woman, but those willing to kill you. I do hope you keep that in mind.
What stages are you talking about? Stages of what?
As I mentioned beforehand, well, I should get all of you around, as I don't want to repeat myself. Thal comes back, Nara comes back, Lola returns, back up, Connor over here, Dan eventually, I want to say earthworms his way backwards.
Ray! Ray!
What is it?
We're having a conversation. What is it? In glow? A convo? What is it?
What's the conversation about? Let's start there.
Tempest. In the show Glow. What do they have at
What
the
is
very...
Kung Fu.
confab.
A confab.
Is this a play that you all attended?
Yes. On Netflix.
What? Is that a mountain? Was this one of those performances on a mountain?
Yeah, no,
Like the
Netflix is
movement
the
of
name
a
of the
net.
amphitheater. Mm-hmm.
Oh, never heard of it. Anyways, what
Never
is this
heard of it. Oh my
conversation
god.
Hmm.
It's
Is it
about
about the-
makeup.
Oh.
Everyone
used to
keeps
have
changing
someone
the
in our
story.
group that used to be really good about makeup.
If you want to know
Charlie?
about cosmetics, I can definitely teach you a thing or two. Sure, why not?
Who's the Charlie?
Micah has dementia.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Anyways, who's the old woman?
Rude.
I'm just gonna
Ray.
let that one go.
This is Tempest. Becky's mom. Why do I keep calling you Tempest?
Oh,
I'm Tempest.
I know how to handle this.
I'm gonna say that no, that you should just stay back. No, I'm gonna say you should not do that.
Here you go. I hand her 500 gold.
Okay.
Look, she's actually good with people, so, look. I do not know what you're trying to purchase, but I am not a lady of the night. If you want something like
Oh.
that, you can go into the red district in town, and she throws over your money bag back in your hand. Have yourself a nice night.
Becky, is she not like you?
She is just like me, except for the gold part. She takes lives, and I take gold.
Oh,
The gold
bring
part's more her
people back
father
to life.
thing.
Yeah, I'm more like Papa. Also, muscle magic is kind of his thing.
Again,
Well, just
sweetheart,
flexing.
that's considered it's been years. I am not going to ruin this moment with my daughter and her friends. Talking out loud. She then continues. What is about to happen, as mentioned beforehand, is dire things. As I mentioned before, I am not one simple feeble woman that hasn't been keeping an ear to the ground. I have took a note that various sources from around the continent are gathering and forming factions. The only reason why someone would do that is to either start a war or potentially take over. What is about to happen, Miss Tempest, is that we are going to likely face a war upon a scale that we have yet to face. And if you are going to be a part of all this, you have to be stronger than what you are currently now. While my daughter has improved, it is not quite there.
I'll get there. I'll get there if it takes me another 5 years on the street.
Yes, at that point, we likely would have died due to, well, one very powerful soldier is one thing, but what we need is more of a group effort rather than one single solitary hero.
My dreams. But I understand what you're saying. We need someone to lead a group of sub-heroes so that they can assist the hero in completing the task.
She more or less furrows her brows and begins to rub her temples. I really gotta have your father not read those kind of stories to your younger sisters now that I think about it. No. There is no protagonist in this story.
Gasp!
It is going to have to be a group effort, a team effort.
I'm the protagonist.
Ray says in the back. Nyah.
Dan, did she say there was a poltergeist?
Poltergeist?
Yeah, she said there was no poltergeist.
Oh
Like a
no,
vampire?
it's a literary term. It means main character.
Protagonist.
Characters.
Poltergeist.
My main character is D for Dan.
Connor nods in approval of Dan's remark. Unfortunately, Connor is looking at his brother with rose-colored glasses. Which is kind of nice, but at the exact same time, not exactly what Dan needs. Strong Arm does state, after the poltergeist scenario, not gonna go into that because she knows better. Your team does need to improve. Recent reports do suggest that someone is coming to town at one point in time during this week. Unfortunately, the last missive I received was 3 days ago, so I am not certain when they will arrive.
We came in 3 days ago.
Who
Maybe
are
we
these
were coming
people?
to town.
From what I can tell, they belong to an order known as the Light.
Not again.
Oh no.
They're
They're
following
the
us.
ones. They're the ones who are behind the, whole primordial thing as it exists.
As I mentioned beforehand, I know.
Oh,
I thought we were behind the primordial thing.
well, shh.
You were
But also,
behind
if you do run into them, Mom, could you
opening the
not
door.
ask them about me making them primordial flinch? Because it's pretty cool, but they were running away and they didn't see it.
Of course, dear.
Thank you.
You're not sure if she believes it or not, but you're going to take it as face value. Strong Arm does state, you do need to improve and evolve. The only current way of doing that would be going through some trials and training. Unfortunately, I am currently preoccupied with training others. So, your brother here will lead you towards the Dungeon of the Mad Mage.
Dungeon Arc.
It is a maze within the borders of this city that you will enter inside, and with luck, you will meet at the very end of the maze. Stronger for it.
Wow.
Is it like a corn maze?
It is like a maze within a cave.
It's corn nut maze.
Is it a maze or a labyrinth?
I suppose it's either.
What is the difference between a maze and a labyrinth?
Maze can be
One
above
was an
ground,
80s movie.
labyrinth underneath.
Well, yeah, well, maybe.
Well,
The labyrinth,
no.
you gotta get to the middle.
Not
The
quite
maze, you
sure.
gotta
I
get
feel
all the way
as
through.
I feel as though I saw a show. I think it was called the Labyrinth, but it took place above the ground.
Not quite sure then. I suppose your own knowledge point. If you don't know what a maze is, you may know what a labyrinth is.
Micah, do you did they have that show on this Netflix location?
I don't believe so. No. This one was more colorful.
Anyways,
Shrugs.
should we maybe gather any special supplies for?
We
you
could
know,
gather
finding-
you some evil people.
Oh, that
They're
would be
special
fantastic.
supplies. If we take them to the labyrinth, think of how many evil people could come back to life.
Ooh. Becky,
Nope.
If we
Nope,
gather
nope,
enough
nope.
evil
I think the goal is for us to get through the labyrinth
yes,
and kill as many things as possible,
yes.
Well, if
and come
we
out
do
stronger
that
on the
is-
other side. Not
Yeah.
not bring an army of the undead.
No,
if
but
not, I know where they find them. Usually,
you-
every town has a home I stay in, like a motel.
Yes.
If I slap an old lady or I poke somebody, usually that's how you find it.
Oh.
So out of game. Maze and labyrinth. One has multiple choices to get to the end, while the other one only has one.
Oh. Huh.
It's the first thing I'm reading, so I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Because the source is Wikipedia.
Yeah. Anyways, no. Tempest, hear me out. So even if we just go to a graveyard and get some undead, I can communicate with them, and we can send them through the maze ahead of us, so we don't set off any traps ourselves.
Thinking we could get some
It's actually smart.
literally undead, but yes, we could get
Oh.
more dirt.
I'm back.
Literal? You mean
Welcome
just
back.
alive people?
Just some people. This place has to have a lot of humans staying at that motel.
Is this
Well,
the maze where there's
no.
something that we can get there?
There are very
Let me-
few that entered and exited, and very few beyond that point that have actually met the end of the maze. But to answer your question, yes, you can get something out of it. If you manage to get to the very end of the maze.
We can get a secret thing there? The thing of which I can't remember the name of?
No.
Damn
No.
it.
But you can get something. I'm assuming you, Micah, you mean the Mask of Thaw.
Yes, I guess, or any other of those special items. Just the Mask of Thaw would be there. But could there be other things there that we could get that could help us?
She does state, there are things that people have found and gathered, treasures, if you will, from the end of the maze. I do not know if any of them are as strong as a artifact, but they might be. However, as an incentive, if you manage to actually complete the maze, I will hand over the Mask of Thaw to you. After all, if you can complete the maze, you might be able to be intelligent enough to hold on to this.
Becky,
I
If
would
we
like a mask to cover up most of my face.
Becky.
Miss Strongarm, if we
I too would like
make it through the
man
mask,
to have
the
a mask
maze.
to cover his face. It's disturbing.
Miss
What?
Strongarm.
Yes.
Miss Strongarm. Miss Strongarm.
Yes.
Yes.
Strong
we-
woman.
If we make it through this, could you and I have a drink?
I am married, but we can have a drink, just nothing afterwards.
She's literally standing right next to her husband.
Mike is trying to sex my mom.
Thaw looks towards you, Ray. I am her son, sir.
Oh, I don't follow your family that well. Anyways, Becky, should we get the shitty sword?
What?
Should we get the
The shitty what?
hold on. Sword. Wink.
Underneath his breath, Thaw does state, or miss.
Oh. No. We should probably keep it there
I
for hiding purposes.
I know, but it's a very strong, shitty sword.
But I'm also very strong with my sword. I don't need it. Do you? If you need it, go shitty
Actually,
it.
hold on.
No,
Um,
leave it there because we need it for the primordial. We don't want the risk of losing it.
Strong person.
Yes.
Are there any, I don't know, artifact grade weaponry, that you know of that may help, I don't know, healing or necromancy?
I do know that for healing, there is a blade housed by the school that Isle holds dear. There is one with necromancy, but that is within the country bordering. That is one within the bordering country of. For some reason, I was going to say Haze, but it's Mist. Mist?
Oh, do you think they would trade for... Do you think Mist would trade the necromancy one for the healing one? Just questions, hypotheticals, you know?
Potentially,
that
but I
healing
highly
one,
doubt
though.
it, as I do not know why the politicians of both would not keep their own.
Yes, of course. Anyways, I'm gonna go... the restroom. I had something bad to eat.
You
That's
don't
quite
need to tell me
common
this.
for Ray.
You're old enough to actually go to the bathroom on your own, miss.
Ray
I
likes-
want to go to the bathroom.
There
That's
is
quite
only...
common for Dan to follow people to the bathroom. It's kind of his thing.
Hmm.
Hello.
I thought you forgot about that.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
And as you begin to
Together.
go over there,
No, you don't-
Thaw explains what exactly is going on and what Ray actually meant. Oh. Then looks towards the rest of the team. If you do see that woman that went to the bathroom have a very shiny sword, I suggest you don't have people show it, be seen by it, or steal it from her. Or else, more than likely, she will die the next time she is in Isle or anywhere else.
God, that'd be nice.
That is
Hey,
considered
you're-
the treason
I
of
mean-
that.
paid you.
That'd be terrible.
Hello.
Hmm. In the meantime, Ray, you go to the bathroom. You do hear someone inside, as Dan, I guess, also is trying to break through. Right now, it is latched, and
Oh, okay.
They simply state, "Hey, yo, Acapado!"
Oh God. Oh no.
I've
We
got
didn't
this.
think this through.
Hello, I am the king.
I don't care what you
I
are.
would like to make company.
Look, sir, there's only room for one of us in here, and I still
There's
got 10 minutes in
room
the dumper.
I can make people smaller. We could all fit.
Like a real king.
Hey, you want to try that? Go ahead and do it with your own friends. I don't even know you. But that ain't happening,
I'll
Chief.
That's cool. I'm gonna do a thing. I'm gonna try to spit a hole through the wall with my acid spit.
I don't see any way of... Actually, I'm gonna Google to see if acid can go through wood.
Slowly.
Probably slowly.
If it doesn't work, I've got another idea.
Does
Get
acid
them out
affect
of their
wood?
way.
Since acid deposition increases the rate of deterioration of unpainted wood, it can also affect the performance of paint applied to the weathered wood,
Oh, it just takes the paint off.
and to produce more surface degradation, thus form a weak paint bond. I mean, eventually it will. But this is magic. Go ahead and roll damage and see how much damage you do.
You could just roll for the spell.
Dan, I'll help. Burning hands. Smoke will smoke him out.
I don't know.
This
These
will be
people.
Fine. This is fine.
Just dispose of his remains, please.
Dan, you just shoot acid at the door, and you do make a nice. If you want to punch someone, you can probably punch through this hole inside. Inside, you see a derelict man currently pants down, looking face to face at you. Sword to his left side,
Hello.
like, looking directly at you. Hey, yo! I said I was busy in here.
Hello, I'm busy out here.
I don't care what you are. He takes part of a cloth that he currently was going to wipe with and like stuffs it in that hole. I'm busy. Come back in like 5 minutes. 10 more. Since I'm a shy pooper, you want to wait more? Think, wait a while, man.
Nice.
Well,
In the meantime, Ray,
I'm
do you
sorry
try
for
to set
this.
this on fire? Or do you just wait? Because he's honestly telling you to wait.
I wanna push him off to where I can see the hole.
You
Just
scoot Dan a little to the side, and there is the hole now clogged up with cloth. There's like a little bit of poop on that cloth.
yeah. Oh shit, this might go wrong because I only get one word right for command.
Technically, yeah. Or you can just wait the 10 minutes, dude.
No! Because I also don't want to touch it. So, I mean, I'm going
can
to...
do more.
You don't have to touch it.
I
Okay.
point in the hole towards where the sword would be and say, retrieve.
Oh, do you mean the... You technically can't see it because the cloth is in the way. You can definitely try to do that, but
pointing-
he doesn't
I'm
know
pointing.
where the
Yeah, I know.
thing
I'd
is.
still try it.
It's only vocal though, so you can't. You can technically. Let me. Yeah, let me
This
roll
poor
his
man.
save.
Question is, what does he retrieve?
I know.
Right.
I don't have to take it.
Oh, he rolled well. He has a +1 modifier because I thought, +1. He's the guy that can fight. Does 19 beat your spell save?
Yeah.
Okay.
Spell save sucks.
I'm gonna say he has a negative to wisdom. He doesn't seem like a guy that is very wise after someone just shot acid at him and he told them to wait 10 minutes. So when you say retrieve, or however you say it, he does say, look, listen, I'm getting that out of me. I am not retrieving that.
I'll put it back in you.
That's disgusting. You know
I'd
what?
like to control
He then
water
begins to.
control the watery poo. I'm putting it back in.
Unfortunately, this is not a toilet. There's very little water there. But he's after you say that, he puts up his pants, doesn't wipe, takes his sword to the left side, opens the door, basically smacking Dan in the face, and he goes, "You know what? I can find another pooper. Good luck with the smell." Walks away.
We can now move in.
Success.
Dan.
I would like to poop.
No.
I start pooping.
Dan. That's not what.
Right, you see this because Dan did not say they closed the door.
Oh God. No.
10 minutes later, Dan, you're
I
empty.
feel like you asked for that one.
I'm done.
I am running back. And I come back out of breath.
Does anyone have mage hand, please?
I say, Ray, it
I've
needs
severed
to
an age.
it needs to stay there for your safety. We don't need it.
One scroll of mage hand.
All right. Let me check here. Yes, we do have a scroll. It is currently valued at 2,000 gold. Oh, sorry. That was an added 0. Let me erase that. 200 gold.
Do you have a lot of water and maybe some soap?
There's a shed next to the bathroom outside that you could probably use.
Okay.
10 minutes
Right.
later, vicious
Right, I thought you
cleaning.
put it there to hide it so that it wouldn't be found. If you take it away, that negates the whole purpose.
Yes, but then I found out I can use it,
It's a
and I like
sword.
power.
We don't need it.
We've noticed that you like power, yeah.
When Ray walks away, before he can act, Connor does state, "I do have mage hand, but it does seem that she's doing something right now."
Okay.
She's a special one. We just kind of try to minimize.
You retrieve,
I will-
get stuff to clean and wipe. 10 minutes later, you now have a cleaned blade, but maybe not a clean soul. In a different way.
I pooped.
Hey Ray, did you puke while digging that out?
I don't want to talk about it.
As you enter back inside, after making this woman wait for like 30 minutes. Right.
Cheap perfume, please.
You're lucky she has a mother's patience. She does state, "All right then. It does seem your friend here is done with whatever they intend." Sniffs the air, looks back towards Ray. "Intended to do. Are you all ready to go?"
I am
I'm ready.
muscly prepared.
Right. She like stretches out her hand to grab Dan, and then like lifts him up without actually causing her any discomfort, and like moves him in front of her.
I'm flying. Thank you.
Right.
I can make myself light.
No, you're quite thin to begin with.
Thank you.
It's how merfolk are. Otherwise, they'd sink to the bottom of the sea. But regardless of that, are all of you ready?
Oh, that's actually not how buoyancy works. Sorry, yes, we're ready, yeah.
That's not what I was implying, but sure.
My group
Sure.
is full of
All right.
very good people.
Fine. Yes.
No. What I was suggesting is that he's buoyant enough that he's able to move around and about. Him being extremely heavy would just cause him to sink. I wasn't suggesting that he isn't able to move around in the water. But
She's
Miss
saying
Tempest, you are correct.
Weight and buoyancy aren't directly related. There's other things at play, you know.
Yes,
Um.
that was not what I was referring to, though.
Okay.
Toenail length makes me heavy down low.
How long are your toenails?
Don't answer that.
Thaw immediately tries to
Guys.
scoot everyone out before making a mess.
I mean, I see you trying to bite them off all the time, but you don't have teeth. You just have lips.
Strong person, as
Yes.
we travel, can you tell me a little bit more about this mist place?
I am not traveling with you. You'll be traveling with my son.
Ah, fine.
Thaw does state, I do know about Mist, if you actually want to know.
Yes, do. I guess.
Alright, you seem sexist, but sure. Fine. He tells you about this. Clearly, he didn't want to be spoken to by a man, and him
No,
mansplaining.
It was more that he was mad about the whole sword thing.
I know. He's not taking it that way, though. I mean, the only difference between him and his mom is, well, main difference, male-female. His mom's also technically stronger than him, Mist, you are correct. She doesn't know what buoyancy means. But you know.
I still kind of felt intimidated and backed off, so it doesn't matter.
That's fair. You saw her almost kill her daughter. So-
I'll do something dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's happened. Now that we are somewhere hidden, first thing I do is I whip out the sword and I try to...
15 minutes later after getting into the forest, and then 10 minutes later after that, getting to this area. Do you do it before all that, or once you get here?
I feel like it would be safe inside a cave
Yeah.
to do this. So, like, right when we enter it, I would whip out the sword and, like, hold it above my head, like, you know, He-Man or She-Ra, and at the same time. And then infuse healing magic into it this time.
Muscle magic. Oh wait, never mind. It's just healing magic.
Go ahead and expend one spell slot. What level do you
Embrace-
infuse into it?
3rd level. I
Alright.
would...
Go ahead and
hold
mark
on
it off.
for-
As you infuse energy into the blade, it begins to chime, sing, and vibrate in your hands. But this time it doesn't explode. It begins to permeate the area, and a massive, weird wave of energy begins to exude from it. Immediately, because this is the second time you showed Thaw. Alright, I've already explained this to you, miss. But you might not want to keep waving that around. We're just lucky we're inside of this cave.
That's why I waited till we were in the cave. Wasn't that cool though? It worked, I think.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Just for that, I'm not going to tell you what it does.
What? Just
You
because it
clearly
worked?
don't seem to want to listen to anything I have to say.
Yes,
Yeah,
but-
no, it's not you, it's just her. She doesn't want to listen to anybody.
I have a theory that she doesn't have ears because her hair's on fire and it burned off.
That is not how Genasi work, but
What?
Yeah, no, I'm a Genasi. That's not how we work either. But
What? You are?
good theory. Yeah. I'm air and water. Hence the whole like storm motif, you know.
Air and water. And what is Ray?
Fire,
Hmm.
obviously.
What about
Yeah.
hot?
I mean, I don't know if it's obvious, Ray. You've got like the whole blue color scheme going on, and that's a little bit misleading. So
I don't get it.
Connor,
Like, what's if fire Ganassi
What?
wants to have baby with water Ganassi?
ew. No
Does one
offense, Ray.
Ganassi die?
Do you get a steam Ganassi?
Connor moves over next to his brother, and he does say towards you, Becky. No, you might get a mixture of both elemental properties. In fact, you might get wind up with a Mist Genasi at that point in time. They don't just kill one another off.
Yeah, no, like my mom was an air Genasi and my dad was a water Genasi, so I'm kind of like both, kind of.
Oh.
Yes.
I
That being the
don't get
point,
it.
though, some Genasis don't have ears. That is, you're not far off, but that's very, very rare. More
Dan doesn't have
inclined
ears. I
to.
mean, Dan doesn't have ears.
Am I a Genasi? I have
He
no
like
ears.
looks towards Dan's side of the head, and he like points towards two holes. They're not ears, but they are ear canals. So he's able
I
to
had
hear.
holes.
Yes, generally had holes. Quite true.
Yes. Had
Uh,
holes.
But generally, they genasi of that kind of caliber are more mixed with elementals. So elementals don't have ears, so the genetic trait is not as dominant. Neither here or there, though. You can tell Connor is a lot more educated than his brother.
You
Also-
don't say.
I do want to ask.
I was raised by
The
fish.
one thing that we forgot.
Fishermen.
Would Tempest have let us stop by the graveyard?
I guess if you followed Thaw, probably not.
Probably not. Okay.
You could have like
There's dead
backtracked and
people
tried to
in
get
here.
over there, and then try to go back here. If you want to do that, go ahead and roll survival.
Nah, I mean, Ray would just be very passive aggressive if it didn't turn out well.
I sense this place is a graveyard.
I sense a
Looking
cow
towards
spider.
you, your brother does state, you're not far off. Looks towards Becky. She's not far off. People here have died. Not everyone comes back out alive, as Mother mentioned. That being said,
If
you
think about
might.
it, the whole world is a graveyard.
I mean, technically, true.
Oh, shit.
It all depends if you find the bodies, I suppose. A little morbid way of thinking, Miss Tempest, but I
That's deep.
understand the spirit of where you're coming from.
I like that thought.
I
That's a good, like, life motto.
More creepy than anything else.
Oh,
Well, I would like to inspect this staircase as this
I-
drawing.
yes.
As you begin to inspect this staircase, you can tell that it is a staircase. There is a moniker underneath your feet that does seem to resemble that of a mentor with like weird tentacles coming out of its head. As Dan begins to move further north, you can tell that there are pillars with that same type of motif, but without the tentacles. More psychoanalysis. Without the tentacles on the motif. Sorry, not motif. Icon on the ground. It doesn't seem to be trapped currently, but it doesn't say that there are traps ahead. That is not to say.
Have you been here before?
I have shown this place to other people, but I have not traversed the ground myself. I am supposed to wait here until you either come back alive, decide to quit and come back, or report after 24 hours of your loss.
So there is no exit from here? I thought we were going through the cave.
Well, we're making
There
going through the
is an
main-
exit, and I am not sure which way or where it is. As mentioned beforehand, I have not gone through myself, but others have
pillars.
somehow managed to come back here alive.
Yeah, the cool pillars.
Come back
Go
out
check them
it
out, man.
alive.
So we have to come back this
Look,
direction.
that
We
pillar.
can't walk right through and go out the exit.
I am not sure.
One cannot just walk through Mordor.
I have only seen two others come out of this alive, and they simply materialize out of light in front of me. So, your guess, Mr. Micah, is as good as mine.
Becky,
I am
have you ever been to
spitting.
Mordor?
I'd like to
I
run a
have
perception
seen
of the area.
More doors.
Yeah, go ahead and roll perception, Micah.
How does one look like that? Damn, Dan's got good eyesight.
Micah, from what you can tell, the doorway isn't
Reflection.
locked. It isn't blocked. It is, however, dangerous, according to what Thaw has mentioned beforehand. So getting in isn't the problem. Getting back out is. If it's as dangerous as he mentions it, then quitting would be basically to return back to that you came from and exit back here. And if you
Wait,
ask
wait,
him,
wait,
he
wait.
does state that 3 others have quit and managed to survive going that route. Not all the way through. But based off of that information, the way he was describing things, it does seem that they were magically transported back from the entrance, from where they were at the very end of things. So there is a way out, he just doesn't know what it is, and from his story, it does seem to be magical. Ray, you interpret the same stuff, except for you do notice that the pillars themselves do seem to have a weird energy to them. As air seems to be warping around the surface of them.
Well, I'm gonna take the lead and tell everybody that I do not expect this to be too difficult for me, which is why Mother gave me a handicap. But for everyone else, I expect you to maybe die. And if you do die, make sure you do it cool, like the people I kill. Okay, that is all.
Becky, I just want you to know that I can see 60 feet in the dark.
That's impossible.
I can see in the dark.
Can you see in the day?
I can see 60 feet in the dark.
You can see 60 feet?
Adam does state, I can see 10 feet in the dark.
I can see 10 feet in the day. Wait, the dark?
Yes.
I'm human. I can't really see in the whole nighttime thing. At least with the fire.
Whoa.
Hello.
We have a personal fire. Take off your armor, Ray.
Oh, sorry. I didn't notice when Ray was there. Ray, I want you to go ahead and roll a strength saving throw.
Wonderful, Ray. Stepping on traps.
Yeah, easy. Watch this. I have never failed a roll in my life.
Do a barrel roll like that thing. Oh.
Let me get just about everyone into the maze except for Micah, because Micah can choose to be in the maze or not. But I'm going to say Connor does have a choice. And as you enter inside where the 4 pillars are, getting to the corner one, Ray, you feel a massive amount of wind just pick up and cause you to be pulled off of your feet, hit this pillar, begin to go ahead. Ray, I want you to go ahead and roll another strength saving throw.
Yes, would going well. I have never failed a roll in my life.
Wow.
I
All right.
know, but
Very
it's-
athletic.
Consistency.
Hit the next pillar next to it. And then you begin to pick up wind once more. I'm going to have Adam roll a dexterity saving throw to try to grab you. Doesn't do it.
Yep. This is a
Ray, I want you to go ahead and roll
As I
another
expected.
strength saving throw.
Yeah, again, never failed. So I mean, not even worse.
Yeah.
See, easy.
Wow. You rolled out of it, so limper.
All right. Thankfully enough, you only got hit twice. So
Ah,
immediate. Oops. Not the plus 10. Ignore the plus 10. Re-rolling. Immediately take 7 points of bludgeoning damage as the pillars just hit your body, and then you clamp onto the pillar and do not move anywhere.
huh. This dungeon is hilarious. Do it again, Ray.
I,
Do it
Adam
again.
does state, I don't think that's where you're trying to get. Can someone help me pull her out?
Well, I'll help. Yeah.
Naira?
What?
How about Micah? But not Tempest.
Wait, what?
I don't want you to touch a fire Ganassi. You might have
Why?
a electric fire air Ganassi baby.
Connor just looked towards you. That is not how that works, miss. They have
no,
to
it's
have.
not how that works, Tempest. Becky.
Didn't we
you
just
proposed
talk
me by
about
my own
this?
name?
I was asking.
No, Becky, do you know how babies are made?
What?
Do you know how babies are made?
They're mutual contracts.
Connor then begins to explain how babies are made while Micah helps out Ray with Adam's
Oh my
assistance.
God.
Micah, go ahead and roll athletics with advantage, which just means you can go ahead and roll athletics, and we will take the higher number of the two. Oh, nice.
Nice, mother.
Micah, you're able to basically, with your vampiric strength, pull Ray out of the whole pillar air system. Back on her feet.
Oh, okay, so this is some type of wind-based mechanism. Tempest, that means you're up.
Ooh.
What?
What? Aren't you wind?
When?
windy?
Okay.
Go.
What? Tell me exactly what is going on, because I wasn't paying attention to what you're doing.
As Ray entered into the area, she describes that the wind was picking up. When she moved closer to the pillar, the wind immediately picked up, causing her to be lifted and shot towards another pillar.
Can you walk along the outside of the room
Do you try?
to avoid?
Do the
I
pillars have
can't
anything
say
on them?
yes or no, but Micah, if you
Okay.
want to try, you can try. Tempest, what you were saying?
Do the pillars have anything on them?
They do seem to have like grooves as if wear and tear has long sets cut through them. But you can roll investigation to see if they like describe or say anything.
I'm kind of thinking that, are they like elemental, like one's air, one's fire, one's water?
From what you can tell, the grooves do seem to be wear and tear, but they also have a pattern to them. They all seem to suggest airflow, and based off of how the pattern looks, it does seem to, once you enter into the pillar system, throw you around until you eventually either die due to mass impact, or you somehow get yourself out of the situation.
Should we punch it?
What if
The
4 of us
air.
go to each of the pillars?
I attempt to punch the air.
Good job. I'm very proud
Well,
of you.
everybody is standing on the side of the wall, and nobody's being hit by air right now.
Currently, you do feel a current, but nothing is being pulled or no one's being pulled alongside the area. Becky, you throw a punch into the current of the pillars, and 16 is pretty good. You can tell that your punch is almost going to be thrown in Nara's face, but you're able to curve your strength so you don't accidentally punch Nara in the face.
Ooh. The air is moving from holds up my hands to create an L, left to right.
As you do so, Tempest and Dan move a little bit to the right, and they do seem fine. As Tempest moves further away, still fine.
I think Mike is right. If we stay to the outside, we should be okay.
But what if it's this picture? They're doing what it looks to be a backflip. Do you think if I do a backflip, I'll be okay?
Yeah, go right ahead, Becky.
I think
Do
it
a
would look
backflip.
really cool.
I attempt to try a backflip, but not in it, just a backflip.
Okay, go ahead and roll acrobatics.
Do a better
You try to do a
backflip.
backflip. You almost. I want to see if Connor is able to make sure you don't die. Natural 20. Yeah. You do a backflip
Nice one.
onto the stairs, almost knocking your head directly towards them. Connor basically body checks you, making sure you're still in the air so you don't hit anything, and then gently puts you onto the ground. Good try.
Perfect.
Maybe I do have a friend if you want to learn more acrobatic skills if you want.
I would have done it good if you didn't get in the way, Connor.
Oh, my apologies. You can go ahead and continue or move along if you'd like.
Thank you. I will let everyone go ahead of me because I'm definitely not afraid of things.
Go ahead, Tempest. Lead the way on the side.
All right. I see a
Slowly.
staircase up ahead. I'm going to go for it.
There's
Go
3
slowly.
staircases.
Yes, and I would like to check along the way for traps.
All right, go ahead and roll investigation. It doesn't seem to be trapped other than the pillar system that you already know is a
Safe.
trap.
It's safe.
It is
I'm gonna go.
fun.
Yeah, it looks completely safe. Let's go.
I see a stairway. Let's go for it.
You seem to be fine.
Dan. Are you gonna move along too?
No.
Take the lead because Tempest is there.
Because what?
Becky
Because
squirms
Tempest
alongside
is there.
Dan so she can get through.
Dan,
Because
are you
what?
moving?
Because Tempest
I'm
is
moving.
there.
Because Tempest is there?
Yeah.
Okay. You can come with me. That's cool. Yeah.
Tempest, as you enter inside, you do see a catacomb system. Not catacomb, sorry. Blinking of the name. Grave on surface.
Sarcophagus?
No,
Investigate. Tempest, investigate again.
it
I'm
has
gonna
a name.
see if
I think
there
it's
are.
mausoleum.
Yeah, like it's a grave room. It's a mausoleum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I would like to check the floor for anything suspicious or any wires along the ground or anything like that.
All right. The current viewpoint does suggest that there's something buried in its own structured, not cave, coffin. But other than that, go ahead and roll another investigation. Yes, okay. From what you can tell, no one has stepped in, here for quite some time, but that's not to suggest no one has stepped here. Based off of the patterns in the ground, maybe a few weeks ago, but not anyone beyond that point in time. So people have been here, other people have figured this out. Along the way, you do see some broken down walls here and there, some scattering of stones here and there. What appear to be maybe barrels in another back room.
Bones.
Bones?
And bones.
I try to shove my way past.
Can I resist her?
How strong
Can
is Ray?
I make her stay?
Ray's not strong.
Yeah, that.
No, neither is
Tempest
Tempest.
Yeah, both of
This is
you.
mid-air.
Tempest, you can roll either athletics or acrobatics. Ray, athletics, since you're trying to move her forcibly.
Nope.
But
Just
bones!
move! As Tempest dances around the area.
I'm just gonna wrap my arms around her armor and just hold her in place.
Fine.
We are being calm. We are not looting anything without giving it a good think through with the whole group first, and we are not raising any dead. Deal?
Here, let me look around. I
Uh,
also don't see anything. It should be fine.
you see like small bones here and there, some barrels here and there, some scattered debris, the coffin.
Because coffin. You could raise
If you
the
want to
human part of the cow human thing.
If you want to investigate just the coffin,
It
'Cause
looks like a coffin with a motif on top, similar to a minotaur form and function.
It's fine. I also don't see anything. And you didn't see anything? So I feel as though we should be fine in this room.
What does can I make some sort of check to see what the person in the sarcophagus is? Like, are they a historical figure?
Open it.
Would I know them?
we'd have to open it fast.
True. There might be like a inscription on the side of it. Tempest, do you read Undercommon?
Do I?
I do.
I do. It reads open.
I actually do read.
Okay. Then Ray, you would
Anything
know
comes.
this. Tempest, you may or may not. Just let me know if you do.
I'm learned.
I don't.
Okay. Ray, you do read an inscription into it. It does say Sir Barrymore, third scribe of the third door. Other than that, there really is nothing else to it, but based off of this information, it was potentially someone of learned background, or at the very least, someone with a title, to indicate wealth.
It was someone wealthy.
The way it's written, though, no, you already rolled investigation. The way it's written, though, it was an engraving a little bit after they died.
Becky
It says
runs in
something
and
about
opens it.
The third.
Did you say wealthy? And I open it.
Papa.
Do you try to stop Becky?
Has anyone tried to stop Becky?
Because now you have me and Becky trying
Becky's
to
so
push
fast.
past
Becky, wait. Becky, wait.
She leaped
I'm not
over
going to
me.
physically hold Becky back, but I'm just going to say, Becky, wait. I think we should think
I
before we open up someone's
Heard
coffin.
wealthy.
Becky got through.
Wait, did you turn when Becky pushes past you? Do you turn towards Becky?
Yes, but I'm still holding you.
You can't do both.
Sure, I can.
Yeah, sure she can.
I pick you up off the ground and
she-
I take you with me.
She cannot block everyone, but she can choose to block either Ray or Becky. But in this case, she already chose Ray.
Yeah,
so
no, I
Becky
don't
gets
block.
through.
I just want to say, wait, Becky, wait.
Well, while this nonsense is going on, I will start
Wealthy.
heading this direction down towards the bones.
You
But
try to stop.
I will continue on when movement progresses.
Do you try
Dan
to
never
stop
gets
Dan
himself into
while
trouble.
you are holding me?
Dan never gets anyone else in trouble, only himself.
Dan, you enter
Oh.
inside. Everything seems to be fine. Seems to be. You can go ahead and roll an investigation Dan, if you want, or are you just wobbling through?
I'd like to investigate. I think those are chests.
Yes.
First, you.
It seems fine. It looks like boxes inside this room. weird
Oh, wow.
stains on the ground. But
Our
this is an old
rolls are
place.
being great.
There's bones.
Well, Tempest, we had this idea. If I can raise any of them, then we can send them into rooms to investigate.
Yeah, but you don't know that they're going to be nice.
I'll raise this
The bones,
coffin
if I raise
into
them
my
myself, they are
bank
loyal to me.
account.
I
As
can
long as
help
you've
with the
thought it
coffin.
through, Becky.
Becky, do you open it?
I open it.
Why am
Or she does.
Excellent
Oh,
royalty.
this is like only raised.
I want everyone to go ahead and roll a turn order.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm excited. I'm
Yep,
excited to
so
murder
great
it.
start.
I'll make Connor NPC
Oh,
turn this
hold on.
time.
Okay. Oh, great.
And he rolled a 7.
Again a 10. Let's do it. Ghosts.
Okay.
We're doing.
Micah, do you remember how to roll turn order?
I
Wait.
do. Just hold
Yeah.
on.
No problem.
Ryan,
She
Click
did.
it
She
open
got
first.
21.
did I get 21?
Oh, yeah, you did.
But you
Yeah.
did in your type.
You just forgot to click your gun. I got it. Don't worry about it. You've been running
So
well with
fast.
initiative.
Mhm.
It's because
This is
I was
accurate.
grand champion today at the horse show.
Woo.
Nah.
He said anything.
No.
No.
Sad.
Two times. Both judges made me champion.
Well, congratulations 2 times.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
As you look fondly at your grand championships, Micah, the life currently living, horses. I don't know how to rephrase that.
Years ago.
Back to the game. As Micah thinks about horses, your team begins to hear a rumbling underneath the coffin as Becky moves the opening. As that, oh, they rolled a 15.
Wow.
That's not that bad. As they begin to move about, you do hear some moaning and groaning as a undead orc creature begins to rise to their feet. Micah, you're up first. As you see Tempest basically body blocking Ray to get in, Becky opening the sarcophagus, and Dan kind of just in the room.
I'm going to pull out my two-handed sword.
All right.
And... Did I hit it?
It has yet to pop up for me. Yes, 23 does it.
I think I did it. I think I hit it several times. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Go ahead and roll damage. Nice. As you begin to move around your companions, you move about, grabbing your longsword, and then slicing into this creature. You do slice for a good amount, but this thing does seem to be still alive. It's really weird to fight zombies. Undead. As it slashes through, you can tell that this thing is moving about, acting on its own intuition, which just basically means it's ready to kill. Micah, anything else?
I don't have very good knowledge of undead. Can you kill the undead?
Yeah, no. Micah, you... Oh, right.
Oh.
Micah has memory issues. You would have a good amount of information on this. But I forgot one of your character traits.
Isn't that great?
Micah, go ahead and roll history.
What is an undead? Says the undead.
Micah, you have met a few undead creatures here and there. You work for someone that's trying to make sure that spirits, ghouls, goblins, and ghosts get a chance to live their life unabated by the very foundation of what people consider their hauntings, but them just trying to live their foundational new life in their own way. Unfortunately, though, it is hard to remember what each of them are weak to, strong against, and right now you're just trying to fight this thing to make sure they don't kill your companions. Not everyone has a mindful thought. Not every undead has a mindful thought, so from what you can tell, this person doesn't seem to have a conscious, which means you don't have to feel bad for killing it.
Okay. So I've taken my one action with my sword. Can I take another action, or do I need to just move away?
I think at your level, you do
think I
have a
get
second
2.
attack. Yeah.
That's what I thought. I'm going to hit with the long sword again.
Mm-hmm.
Should I just use my other long sword that I already did?
Yeah, we can re-roll it. You accidentally clicked it that time.
Okay.
Because I will tell you 11 missed. Oh, nice. 20 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage. As you bring out your blade again, striking through once more, you can tell that this thing is taking it, but it has no real sense of danger, which does mean that it's likely going to continue to attack unless you bring this thing down. Unfortunately, though, it is its turn now. As it begins to shamble about and look towards everyone, actually, Micah, you do have a bonus action if you want to take it.
I'm just going to back up a little bit so other people can get in there.
Okay. You back up, making sure every other person might be able to get a chance at striking this thing. This thing is now up to bat. Looking towards Becky as the person that, well, let it loose. It goes in for an attack.
Bring it.
As it tries to bring it... sorry, I'm just reviewing Micah's thing because I think they do have something new that we haven't used in a while.
The spiritual weapon?
No, this.
Wow.
Because I forgot you had this. I want to make sure you are aware you have this.
Is a melee weapon anything? Or is it a specific weapon?
It means that you have to be next to the person to order to hit with it, like a sword, a dagger,
Okay.
and stuff like that.
Okay.
You can add additional damage to something or someone.
Okay, so how would I go about doing this? Would that be something that on my first move, when I go to hit, I say I'm going to use Divine Smite?
After you hit, you can decide to use Divine Smite, which is a very good thing. Because if you hit...
You don't use it up right away if you don't need it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And also, if you get a natural 20, you add additional damage because of a crit.
Okay. Can I use that, please?
Yes.
I would like to use Divine Smite.
Okay.
Hi.
At first level, or a little bit stronger.
It's not something I use up, right? So it's not like if I use it up today, I can't use it on the next guy we come across.
No,
Damage
you can
screen?
use
No,
it.
it's always there.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, as long as you have spell slots to use.
Okay. I'm going to do the highest damage.
Weapons damage, extra damage is 2d plus one spell level higher. So what's the current spell slots you have, Micah?
Where would I see that?
It would be where your spells are.
The damage increases if it's undead.
Yes. Which is one of the reasons why I didn't take it out. Oh, cool. You can do a level 3. Because you have one
What is
spell slot at
fiend?
level
I'm a
3.
fiend.
Oh wait, that's gaseous form. Okay, you can do it at level 2, which is still pretty good. Micah, go ahead and roll 3d8.
Whoa.
It's powerful.
And then plus one more, because this is undead. So for a total of 4d8.
Whoa.
Oh, pretty good numbers.
That
yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Well, I wanted to make sure you knew that because you are now currently fighting undead. But the thing only had 18 health. So, Micah,
Right.
you just stab this thing, and then on your second swing, stab in, coursing your blade with radiant energy as this thing turns into dust, finalizing your strike, and it hits the ground into ash. All that remains is the head, motionless and unmoving.
I quickly inspect for
Oh,
gold
So
and other materials that I would love to sell.
it didn't get to my turn, but I was gonna ask, have I learned anything from the books I bought about reviving the undead?
From what you can tell, there are various sorts of means of reviving the undead. You would need a source of undead's own mortal coil, which just means piece of hair, piece of their body, or any of that nature, or means and findings. Some information you can tell that necrotic energy does require a focus in order for it to fully function and form. Most undead are considered mindless, so these types of things that you just encountered are pretty common in someone learned it enough to form them. Based off of this information, you can tell that a lot of undead are susceptible to radiant energy and radiant magic, which is why when you notice Micah just hit him with holy energy, they went down really, really hard. And radiant energy is potentially able to completely annihilate them from coming back to life.
Ah,
You just
So
studied
this
for a
one
couple days, so
real
that's a
dead.
pretty good amount of information you have right there.
yeah. So this one real dead.
This one real dead.
Yeah, he's kind of gone.
Next time, can we avoid the hell radiant energy? I want to experiment.
And a very evil grin comes across Ray's face.
Adam moves over, and Adam, the conscious of the group, does state, I'm not going to say what you can or cannot do, Miss Ray,
Yes,
but I do
Mark.
suggest not experimenting on undead. I am sure there are willing people that find you
It is
attractive.
100% your job to tell her what not to do.
Oh, no, not in that way. I want to experiment with building out my necromancy power. I want to try reviving the undead.
Potentially possible, I
Didn't
suppose.
you just say while you were muttering that like once they die with radiant energy, they're like dead. So like
Exactly, that's why I said maybe we should try avoiding radiant damage on some of these.
I mean
I
I don't
think
have
mine
radiant
might be
anything,
radiant.
so that's on other people.
I get
My
radiant
radiant
energy
energy.
out of my eyes.
No, Dan, just because you're
My
radiant.
eyes radiant energy. They glow yellow.
Anyways,
in the
am I
dark.
allowed into the room yet, Tempest? So I'm not.
Yes, I suppose you're allowed into the room now.
Her hair glows radiant energy.
Eventually, the gang is allowed in. Becky, as you begin to scurry over the entire coffin, you look about, and there doesn't seem to be anything worthwhile in here. You do see like there's some metallic cloth that was in the area, well, in the coffin. Other than that, there's nothing really fanciful in here. Just that cloth. It does seem, based off of findings, that either the plaque for this coffin lied, or someone else did.
I'm angry. I smashed the coffin.
You're angry. You smash the coffin. It begins to break.
Good.
Dan, do you see anything in that room?
Bones
Bones.
in boxes, chests full of bones.
Do you try to stop me, Dan?
Nope. I just keep looking at the bones.
Okay.
You continue
I
to look
give
at
up.
bones.
I give up.
And now that I'm like, stepped 1 foot into this room, what do I see?
You see bones, a statue, a good amount of decorative boxes here and there, some rumbling, crumbling of debris here and there. A lot of it does look contained, and a small little chest in the corner.
I just stare at the chest.
You stare at it menacingly.
I would like to tie a rope to this chest in the corner here and drag it out.
You make a nice little lasso, make a hook around it to tug it, and then you begin to move it. As it happens, the two statues, from their abdomen, jettison out blades from each side. Ray, go ahead and roll athletics or acrobatics. Do not get
I wasn't
impaled.
even gonna touch the chest. Damn it.
Ironically enough, Dan, you did good. Unfortunately, you did not tell Ray what you were doing.
I love how Tempest was like, nah, Becky and Dan ain't gonna get anyone else injured.
I'll
Acrobatics?
continue with the carry.
Or athletics, one or the other.
Yeah, I get stabbed.
You get stabbed. If you were a normal common person, this probably would kill you. But thankfully enough, you're strong enough to take 1d8. Yeah, it's only 1, thankfully. A puncture wound jettisons into your abdomen, dealing 1 point of damage as it jettisons back into the statue. You can probably tell where the bones came from now.
Oh, God. I will be like, God damn it, Dan. At least I have a clear shot at these bones.
What's in there?
As you
Oh.
are still in there, Ray, you do see a pressure plate in the ground.
Damn it.
Where?
Whoa.
What is in there?
I will use one of my level 3 spells and make me a zomboy.
Is there any chests in there?
I'm dragging it out.
Dan has the chest.
Ugh.
Help me pull the chest.
Okay,
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
step in to pull it.
Alright,
No.
when it gets out, I'd like to leave the chest for Becky.
Can I make myself a skeleton
I'll
friend?
get back out with it.
Yeah. What are the requirements? I think it's just material.
I don't know. I'll just put it in the chat. It's a long one.
Enemy undead, the
pile
spell
of
creates an
bones.
undead servant, choose a pile of bones. Yeah, you got a pile of bones. Within range, your spell imbues the target with foul and necrotic energy, back to life, raising an undead, the target becomes a skeleton. Are you gonna tell your companions, or are you just gonna walk back out with a
No,
skeleton?
I would do it after I was successful. I'd tell them. Because I'm the only one in this room.
Yeah.
So.
Also, I forgot that I didn't give Ray vision, so Ray, you have vision now, so it's probably a little easier to see things.
Oh, yeah.
Although I don't know if you have dark vision, so I only gave you 15 feet of
I
vision.
do.
Oh, okay, cool. Let me increase that to 30.
Huh.
Oh, wait.
I can see
Dark
all
vision
the
is
screens.
60 feet. Boom, boom.
Scared about myself.
As you begin to form a manifestation of something there, eventually the skeletons form into half the body of a zombie.
Guys, I was able to make myself a zombie friend.
Wow,
now
that's
we
one friend, Ray. Congrats, you've done it.
You're my friend. Remember, I paid you 500 gold.
That's right, 2 friends, Ray. I'm very proud of you, Ray.
Thank you. Come, zombie.
It doesn't move, and then eventually you're allowed to control it now.
Oh,
Dan, I'm coming through with my zombie friend.
Can
A
someone
chest.
open my box? My hands don't work well.
I opened the box.
You can try to open the box, and there is a lock currently attached to it. Jingle,
I
jingle,
locked
jingle, jingle.
Well, this is a problem.
Isn't he cute? I
Hello.
named him Tom.
I lockpick.
Go ahead and roll sleight of hand or thieves' tools, whichever one you want to use.
These tools, but what do I put under it? Strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence?
Dexterity, or intelligence, depending on what you want to use, plus proficiency. That's pretty good. You begin to unlock it, and eventually you just click open. As you do so, people are like worried because now there's an undead person here. But you eventually open the lock. As you unfurl it, unbind it, and open the lock box, inside seems to be a very big jewel about the size of a man. It's a weird metric that I'm going to use. About the size of a iPhone version 8.
Whoa.
Whoa.
It seems like a
Shiny.
slab of crystal layered with metallic metal.
Do
Sorry,
you-
magnetic
want-
metallic metal.
I'm gonna be nice here. Dan, that is pretty shiny. Do you think
Yes,
you
it's
need
shiny.
that?
I need shiny things. Yes.
That's true,
I need,
you
yeah, I
do.
need it.
Okay,
Yes.
Dan can have it, the shiny thing.
You can have the box.
I'll take the box.
Okay.
Nice.
You have one nice box. And Dan has one crystalline one gold not gold. Metallic crystalline gemstone worth 200 gold.
Nice zombie, Ray. I steal an arm.
No, wait, no, why?
Brack. You now have
Tom!
one zombie arm.
Does it move on its own?
It's just looking towards you, mouth agape.
Well, does the arm still move?
Wait, does the arm slide?
I'm gonna say no, since it's not with the same mass that is currently animated by Ray's magic.
Well, never mind. I throw it
Put
to
it-
the ground because I
attempt it
can't
back.
use it as a back scratcher.
Tom, go check out that room over there.
Looks around at him to
In
say,
the room
"Who's
that I'm
Tom?"
currently standing in front of, investigating.
Yes, but
Watch out,
I'm not
Tempest.
letting your zombie past me, Ray.
It's a one-armed
no.
friend.
You know what? No, that's the whole point of them being there. After you, Mr. Zombie.
Tom, let us know if there's anything goes wrong.
Steps inside. Zombie with one hand pulls it out into the hallway and gives you a thumbs up.
He doesn't see anything, and I'll just have him walk around the room once, just to make sure no traps
Does he
go off.
have eyes?
There's like
They-
gooey
they're
stuff
magic.
there that is resembling of us. As the zombie walks through the room, bumping into things here and there, and nothing seems to kill them as they like do the exact same thing. Arm outside, thumbs up.
Oh, Tom says it's okay. He moved around the room and no traps went off.
I break off Tom's thumb.
Why?
You break off his arm's thumb.
Becky, we need Tom.
From
Is
the
it
hand that you
gonna
already
work?
had, or from his other
I
hand?
want-
What's he gonna do now?
I'm so
Do you think he'll do a thumbs up with his other finger?
hurting Tom, please.
I'm just curious on what he's gonna do next. Okay, I'll stop.
Nothing less
I
ordered.
give the finger to Dan.
I eat the finger to gain Tom's powers.
Dan, roll Constitution save.
Gaining powers.
You immediately throw up.
Damn.
Dan, was that the new power?
I spit non-acidic acid for not burning the eyes blind acid.
There you
Gain
go.
a new power of acid spit.
It hurts your stomach.
Yes.
You probably don't want to use it that type of power that often.
I will not.
Hey guys,
I will need Tom.
Yes.
guys, there's another one of those coffins in here. Do we want to open it and fight what's inside, or do we want to leave it?
I have a better
If
idea.
it
Well,
doesn't
let's
have
first-
horns, we leave it.
It has horns.
The last one had horns.
Yes, they both have horns. Check the side and see if there's any more writing on this one.
Yeah, I'll check the side.
As you check the side with the hieroglyphs on it, or more black than anything, undercommon still.
Yeah, I can't read it though.
Go get it, Ray.
Undercommon.
I will read it.
And I just realized that Tempest might not have vision either. Tempest, what's your...
I do have dark vision.
Okay. Man,
You all have dark vision.
I
except
am
for Becky.
screwing up today with your vision.
What's vision?
Oh, I'm gonna have to check every hammer.
An iron hammer. That's what's in this one.
Bill.
Bill Nye the
The hammer guy.
Huh?
Boo.
You need to open it.
All right,
Because what if he does use a hammer? It would be very ironic.
it would
Or what
be.
if he...
Well, Tempest doesn't seem to trust anything I do, so Tempest, would you like to open it after
No,
telling
let-
me that I couldn't open the last one?
No, let
Well,
the
then-
zombie open it.
How about the? Yeah, no. Okay, someone open it, and I will stand ready with my longsword to get a quick hit on it.
I could cut it.
How about this? How about this? We'll be smart about this, okay? Everyone
You know how to be
stand
smart?
in a line. Yes.
Aw.
Okay.
What?
I will ready turn undead, and then I'll have Zomber open the coffin.
Yeah, but if we're attacking it, that's a waste of a spell.
But he has one hand and 4 fingers.
He can
No,
use his
so
teeth.
turn undead, all it does is makes the undead run away from me.
Yeah, that
So
also
it will run-
includes
Okay,
your
it's not
zombie.
like a charm.
Yeah, no.
Gotcha.
Oh, it includes. No.
I think he can't get that far, but
Well, yeah,
it'll work.
they'll just run away, and so they'll have to
I'll
run
block
past
the exit
everyone.
with my sword.
No, just make a line, and then it'll run past everyone. And
I'll hit it when
Everyone
it comes
gets-
out. Insta kill.
Stab him
yeah,
in
that's
the
the
butt.
that's the thing. Everyone gets a opportunity attack.
Oh.
I want to ready an attack for exactly when the coffin opens. I want to stab my sword in.
What if he's the good guy?
You gotta move first.
Let me make sure that
Willing to take that bet.
turn undead
On it first.
is not permanent.
Hello, can you hear me?
What if your
Now,
initiative
yes.
is
Hello,
Mother.
last?
Hey, will I run away?
No, I want to say it doesn't affect you. Not because you're not undead. It's because I don't want other PCs things affecting player characters.
Okay.
Well,
Maybe-
it only is for up
No,
to 30 feet.
Like,
so
Ray, I get that. I get it. It's just
man, I was
taking
really
control
hoping
of
you'd
another
use that.
player's character. It's a little weird.
it's only for a minute, so Tom will be fine.
Ask it. Please knock
Okay.
on it first.
Make sure to not hit Tom, and only the anything else.
Knock and ask if he's okay.
I opened
do you
the
open it?
sarcophagus. Yeah.
Okay. Tom begins to open the closed casket, and it's like gonna take a while. After 3 minutes of just trying to do this with one arm, it eventually
Man, it would
does
have
so.
been
Right, help
better
him.
if, you know, I can't. I'm getting ready to do the thingy.
It eventually
Becky.
moves it.
Oh, okay.
It'll take a while, but it can do it.
Pull his
Uh,
thumb and arm.
It's a weird claw thing. It eventually moves it, and then Tempest, you stab
Stab.
at the heart of the enemy, and
Yes.
nothing happens. Inside is a dwarf about 4 feet tall, which is pretty tall for a dwarf. Hammer at the side, currently as if emblazed by a soldier.
He's not undead. He's just dead.
Just dead.
No.
Yes, I found Ralgrok.
No way.
I don't know who that is.
It is not. As far as you can tell.
I want to see.
Ralgrok.
Ralgrok.
Reanimate him
It's
so
the
he
same
can rejoin our gang.
Ragnarok.
I'm
Ragaruni.
reaching and looking around.
Reanimate Ralgurk for us.
Unless Rogrok got shorter, it is not him.
Is it-
I'm reaching and looking around the sarcophagus where the body is.
Reach,
Yeah,
reach,
is
reach,
the hammer
reach.
magical?
Taller.
You just see some cloth that are bandages and usually wrapped up with dead bodies. It's a little macabre, but that's all you see other than the thing you just saw.
Is the hammer magical? Does it seem special?
It seems decorative. It does seem expensive.
Hey, Becky, I found
Magical.
this for you.
It doesn't have a bright, brimming, shining light to it.
I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna give it to Becky.
You grab it immediately. What's your strength score?
What's my strength?
A bonus. What's your strength bonus?
-1.
You're not able to lift it.
Okay. Becky, here, I found this for you. Look,
Attempt
in
to
here.
lift it.
What's your strength score? Modifier?
3.
You're not able to lift it.
I have this. Tom, grab.
Super not able to lift it. It's like clamping with 4 fingers, like trying to lift it. It breaks the hand off.
Tom.
Micah, Adam, are you strong?
Looks towards Micah. Adam does say,
Trying to find it. Oh, it's a big 2 and a little 15.
it would be the 2. Micah, you are strong, but not as strong as Becky. And when you go over there to try to
Can I
lift it, not strong enough to actually lift the thing. Then comes over. I am a little strong, but probably not stronger than any of you. Comes over, tries to lift it, can't lift it.
Well, clearly none of you are stronger than Becky, but I'm wondering if someone can help Becky lift it.
Guys, what if we all live together?
No.
I think you and I would be a
Okay.
hindrance.
That's fine.
I-
Yes, no, we would. But I
Sala,
mean, like,
Nara,
whatever.
and Connor all come over to see what everyone's doing.
It's like I just feel like maybe if it wasn't just 2 people.
Adam does state it's possible, but no one would be actually able to use it. At least effectively.
Damn.
I'm thinking Becky could sell it.
Well, I can't get it. It's too heavy. I attempt to pick it up with my teeth.
You attempt to pick it up with teeth. Like before, it like lifts a little, but not enough to actually lift.
Damn. I'm impressed. I bow towards it.
You bow towards it. Nothing happens.
Well, damn. Cool.
Well, I think we need it. I don't think we found anything.
Yeah,
neat
I think
over here.
we should go
Tom
back
is-
the other way.
Yeah, Tom is in pretty bad shape because of someone.
One nubbed right hand, 2 feet. Oh wait, 2 feet. I'm gonna give him the bottom torso now. Even though I said only half of the zombie, I'm gonna say full zombie. But it's already
I
been
don't like
damaged
that he's a full zombie. I make him shorter by chopping at the knees.
enough.
I mean, he was pretty rough looking to begin with, so.
Basically without actual movable, tangible hands now. I'm gonna say, Dan, you don't do that because I'd feel like that'd be a thinking man's thing.
Mhm.
You can take one down though, if you want.
Okay. Well,
Guys, I think we should
Move
try
on
going
somewhere
through
else.
to this central spot.
Micah, Dan, do you want to?
I moved.
Yes, you did, but Micah.
Micah teleported.
I can teleport.
Like,
Wait, Tempest, what was your score again? Like,
Mother
Minus
not-
1?
oh, -1. I heard 1.
No, it's minus 1.
Whoa.
Never mind. You're not. You and Becky are the closest to lift the thing,
Oh,
but you're not. You don't meet the brief, unfortunately.
No.
wait, I'm sorry. Say that again?
The thing needed to lift the thing. You and Becky are the closest, but not quite there.
Oh, okay. I don't need to breathe. Is that a thing?
It's a term I've heard. Like, you don't meet the qualifications or something like that.
Okay. All right. I would like to kind of, again, moving along the wall, go towards this center spot.
Okay. You move along to the wall, getting
Like,
closer
not
to...
to the center of the room, but like down through that center doorway.
Yeah. You do so without too much of an issue, and you are there.
Check in for traps.
Go ahead and roll investigation. Call waves at you guys when you make your way visible. Points to zombie. Ray just gives thumbs up, saying it's cool.
I have the zombie wave back with its nub.
You enter into the current maze system because you actually haven't entered into the maze system yet. And it does
We've
seem to be
almost made
fine.
it there.
Ray, where the fuck are you going?
I'm gonna have Tom check this out real quick.
No,
Um,
it's a dead end, just like the other side.
Yes, but we found a jewel on that
Did you
side.
know that?
Guys, we have. Okay, fine.
There's a key over there.
Okay,
I
Tom,
sense it in my toe.
you know how it goes. Go in, run around, make sure nothing explodes, and then come back with
More like waddle around.
Okay, and
your
as
nub.
Tom runs around, somewhere inside Dice.
Oh my
Huh?
god.
Tom?
I stand
I
corrected.
just lean in to see if I see Tom's dead body.
Oh. Ooh. Oh, shiny thing.
You in and currently you don't see anyone in there. You do see more,
Shiny thing.
probably.
Where are you going?
I do see
It's a
more
shiny
of the
Yeah,
undead here.
That's a key. No, Dan.
Dan, as you basically just run inside, you do see more of the tombstones you guys are currently messing with, and Tom's dead body in this corner.
Oh,
Tom.
I found Tom. He's dead.
He's been dead. He's only removed.
Tom.
That's what you mean.
Well,
Hey guys, is that an office in there?
yes, and there's the shiny key.
I don't
What
do
key?
offices.
Also, it seems as though there's something in that corner, but it killed Tom,
Dan,
so we should probably just leave it.
Dan, I've got a question.
Yes.
What color was that jewel I gave you?
What color was the jewel I got?
Turquoise green.
What's it shaped like?
Green. Like a rectangle.
Oh, never mind.
I'll get about here before I will roll in.
All right, you get there. You pause. So far, nothing seems to happen.
Yeah, I'm just getting close enough to where I can try to see what happened to Tom.
As you can tell, looking towards the direction of Tom, you can discern that when they somewhere along the lines looked at the chest, it seems that something bisected the body, causing both halves to hit the ground.
Wow.
Guys, I have a great idea.
Okay.
So it seems as though he was cut in half at the waist.
Okay.
I'm going to crawl to the chest.
Oh.
What if we tie a rope to his neck and then have him grab the chest, and then we'll drag the chest and him out by the neck?
I like that idea.
Is he dead, or is his top half still?
At that point, it's incurred too much damage to continue to survive.
Dan,
Make it
he's
another one?
dead. Dead,
Oh.
dead.
Do you
What
think
that
the
did-
dwarf
Never mind.
is short enough?
What?
Is that
dwarf.
Ragnarok?
The dwarf is. I can't raise another undead. It would be very bad idea.
Dan turn himself into a fish and flop over there?
I can be a fish, and you could throw me over there.
How about this? How about I just crawl, and we'll go from there. Let me put my helmet back on.
Oh, okay, yeah, good luck.
I will crawl.
You crawl.
Because
Wow.
killed the zombies seem to be at
So
waist
brave.
level. So I'm gonna
What if
crawl.
it's one of those bad chests? Those ones that eat you?
That's exactly what I was about to do. Was then, like I did before, sit and stare at the chest.
You sit and stare at the chest. Nothing seems to happen. Tempest, while Ray is doing this, you enter inside the
Yeah.
more or less work. There you do find a whole bunch of old boozes here and there. A key at the line table with a wicker, not a wicker, with a key and a very long wick to it.
A candle with a long wick?
Yes, like
Okay, and a
absurdly
key.
long.
Okay. Is it actually a candle or is it like a dynamite?
It's shaped in a weird symbolic wax system, but it is wax and a long wick.
Do I see any papers or other things lying around?
There are some papers like in line with the rest of the bottles of alcohol in here. And if you step one more step inside, you also see some papers on the desk and a skull at the top.
No traps or anything?
No visible traps.
Okay. Can I kind of briefly look at the papers and see if I see anything about what this candle is meant for, what this key unlocks, anything like that?
Yeah. As you look at the papers, you can read some weird message. It reads, and I quote, "Within the burning candle, a bright light shines. The wind flows and ebbs towards the chorus of the song. the song ever screeching into the body and the mind until the song is end and the body rests once more. You can go ahead and roll insight to determine what that means. A little flowery for your taste. Maybe. I don't know if Tempest likes poetry. 16. But by the way it suggests and by the way it's indicated in meaning, the candle and air, or whatever it was implying, does seem to suggest that you could potentially use the candle in a way to see visible, or invisible in this case, wind currents, much like the weird pillar system you just saw. Until, obviously, the candle burns out and you can't do that anymore.
Okay. And nothing about the key or anything like that?
Nothing currently. At least when you read another passageway, it does seem to suggest something along the lines of key to door, not always in the same location. You rolled high enough that I'm going to give you the filigree. So it basically suggests if you find a doorway and you find a key, it might not be in the exact same place.
Okay. I will take the candle and I will take the key and I will take the skull, I guess.
All right. You take the candle, you take the key, you take the skull, and when you grab onto the skull, you do hear a little clicking and clattering inside. Like something fell deeper into the skull's crevice.
What is it? I tip it upside down.
You tip it upside down until something falls out of the eye. Inside, you do see a ruby red eye. And I'm talking about like a literal crystal eye.
Oh.
Put it in your eye.
I don't know if I want to touch it.
Lick it.
I don't think I should touch it.
Lick it.
Do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take my my pouch, like one of my bags, and just kind of like dog poop bag it and scoop it up and then tie it up and then put it back on my belt.
You do so. Not impossible. You dog poop it. You take any of the alcohol, or do you make sure you're sober for this journey?
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna. I assumed they were empty. And you know, alcohol actually evaporates pretty quickly, so even though there's bottles of booze in here, they're probably so old that they're not gonna do anything for anybody.
Probably.
I say to anybody else who comes into the room. Not
Fair enough.
Hey guys, I have an idea.
Huh.
I found this candle, and it's supposed to like let you see air currents and things. So I'm thinking that we go into the main chamber, the center thing, and we just kind of like watch where the air is going, and it might lead us like through the labyrinth.
Wait.
Maybe.
Is the candle made of gold?
No,
Candle's made out of wax.
I don't
made
care.
out of wax.
But it sounds like a cool idea.
Yeah, we should try it, right?
I casually pick up this jewel
Yes.
on this sarcophagus.
Which jewel? I don't see a jewel. Which jewel?
Becky,
Not talking.
Stacey, are you
Beck-
talking about
Becky.
this one?
Probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
you look at the form of the face on the sarcophagus. You pick up something that represents a jewel. As you look at it, you can tell it is stained glass.
I throw it down.
You throw it down,
Oh, I pick it up.
and you pick it up.
Pick it up. Shiny. Yep.
I love how all I can think about is like my armor would just be like.
Well, I've done
across the
enough in here.
ground.
I leave and go back to the main chamber.
I'd take a bottle of alcohol and go back to the main chamber.
You take a bottle of alcohol, and unfortunately, it does have something inside. It's alcohol.
Oh, okay. Good. Okay.
Secret alcohol.
Secret.
The chest.
that-
Okay,
Fun
guys.
fact.
That
Guys, I'm gonna
survived
do it.
Crawl.
Right.
Guys, I'm gonna light the candle. and I'm going to see.
Leave Ray on the ground.
Ray.
I'm
Uh,
crawling to the chest. What?
You've been staring at it for about 5 minutes.
Okay, and it didn't breathe at all, right?
Nothing moves, and even if it does breathe, go ahead and roll a perception check. Hard to tell.
Fuck.
Tempest,
it should
as
be
you're
fine.
putting the light on the candle, you do see the smoke, more or less, that's coming out of it. By the way the wick is working, it also extrudes or expews, sorry. Probably not even the right word still. Some smoke, very visible to you if you're paying attention to it. And you do see that it wafts into the current flow of the pillars until you see that they are continuously going around and around into each pillar. Clearly a problem. But you also see, thankfully enough, you survived. Current heading into the maze.
Okay,
Oh.
I follow it.
Okay. Is anyone bringing Ray along?
I'm watching.
I guess we're.
Yeah.
I'm gonna only turn a corner and then I'll wait for Ray
Okay.
to stop being stupid.
You get this much then.
Needs to grab the chest.
I am not. I am being very cautious. What do you mean?
Why are you focused on the chest?
Because we got something good out of the last one that may be important later.
True.
Shiny thing.
Okay, did anything happen when I poked it with Tom's leg?
I did not hear you say that.
I couldn't.
You poke it with Tom's leg, and you said that you're on the ground, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Immediately through the wall, you do see something coming towards you. Ray, go ahead and roll dexterity save with advantage, because you made preparations.
Yeah.
Boy.
What is it that? Because the chest isn't destroyed because it's so low.
There's a difference between a very low chest and an entire body.
What?
But
He's got big armor.
That big armor.
immediately, Ray,
Shocked
you
in a
notice
bad way.
metallic structure just
Oh my
jettison
God.
out of the wall.
Yes.
And you roll away, but some of it does cut into you.
That escalated quickly.
You take 2d8 points of damage. Thankfully, enough it's only 5. Slashing.
Oh my god.
As it buzzes through, and then when it goes back into the wall, you see that the chest.
sarcophagus and chest.
You do see that the chest goes back into place. If you had to guess, the zombie accidentally bumped into the chest, and well, then got.
Ray?
The
Ray, are
noise
you
interested
okay?
me.
Mentally, no.
Dude.
Hello, what was that?
It's a chest. Go get it. It has shiny things in it.
Ray, roll deception.
Wow.
Oh.
God damn.
No.
No.
Oh my god. Are you fucking kidding?
Oof.
Okay.
Sounds true. Dan, you do notice blood around the area, but there's a dead body next to it, so it makes sense that there's blood.
Dan,
Oh, wow.
please come back. He's lying.
I would like to shrink person. I want to
You-
shrink as small as I can shrink.
You shrink.
Okay.
How small am I?
About 2 feet tall.
2 feet tall. I'm gonna walk up to the chest.
Lay down.
How would I do this? Hello.
Nothing
Oh.
happens.
Hello.
Nothing happens.
Oh. Shiny things in the chest. I would like to get on my knees and put the side of my head up since the eyeballs are on the side of my head and try to look in the keyhole.
As you look towards the keyhole, there is no keyhole because it's currently locked by a mechanism. You know, a lock.
Interesting.
It's similar in nature to the one you just previously found.
I spit acid on it.
You spit acid on it, and that technically does work. As you spit acid on it, it begins to break apart some of the wood and metal until you see a hole forming around it. as you peer into it, there is nothing inside.
There's nothing shiny. I give up. I stay small.
Nothing happens.
It's all right.
Hello. Yes.
Ray looks disappointed.
There was nothing in the box.
Ah. Good. I'm glad you're not.
Do you want me to grab the box?
No, it's fine.
Hey guys, we're following an air current over this
Oh,
way.
Yes.
Oh, y'all need to go.
Did Ray sustain any damage?
Yeah.
Any pain?
Yes, I am. Have you not seen my health?
Yeah. I haven't
I am
seen it,
bloody.
but I'm not bothering to fix you.
Good. Praise the-
Tempest, give me a moment. Okay, good to go.
I'll use.
Get that it's a maze, but what's the other way?
I'll use one of my health potions.
Guys, this way. Becky, other way. This way.
Standard health potion. What does standard health potion do?
Hi, Becky.
2d4 plus
Becky,
2.
where are you going?
Just
Oh,
Becky,
Ray,
why?
this way.
2d4
Ray, this
plus
way.
2d4 plus 2.
Follow me, Ray.
I'm trying to.
Follow me, Ray.
I-
Come on,
I-
Ray. Come on, Ray.
Not
Here, boy.
see what I'm currently
I knew someone was
doing.
going to do that eventually.
Here, boy. Come on, come on,
I
boy.
am adding things to my.
I will say that Adam,
Come on.
Connor, Nara, and Sala are joining you. I just can only move them so fast.
what were you doing?
What?
What were you doing?
Trying to get a chest, and then it turns out that chests are smaller than a human laying down. In other words, I failed again. But next time I'll be good. You can see I just need a little bit more practice. See?
I'm
Really
going to tell you
creepy
right now,
laugh, by the
Tempest,
way.
you did good. I'm not going to say anything else because that would be cheating on my end.
Wait, what?
Don't worry about it. I'm just saying you did a
fall
good job.
behind, By the way,
Oh, thank you.
You did good
what
with the
was that, Ray?
hand.
Becky, are you stopping?
I'm thinking.
Because we're gonna lose.
Uh-oh.
Because we don't see this line, they do.
What do we do?
Becky, where'd they go?
Hey, guys,
No,
wait,
you do
guys,
see a smoke trail, but it's slowly disappearing.
I don't see anything, but I can taste it with my feet.
Wait,
You
what?
smell lavender and black licorice.
Licorice.
As you
What's that
enter inside this
called?
next room, you can tell the air current is currently not there anymore, as it currently is toiling in the middle of the room. On
I
top
would put out
of
the
the symbol.
candle.
What was that?
Becky, is this way?
I would put out the candle so I don't waste it all.
Yeah, good idea.
There's a candle. It is now
Do I-
halfway through.
This is
Do I
harming
see any traps or
explore
anything?
everything.
Go
Mine.
ahead and roll perception with advantage, because you did honestly
OCD.
quite well.
Did we find him?
And roll again. That's 12. Based on the information you have, Tempest, the weird coiling of air in the middle of the room
Are you sure it's this
is
way?
strange. So there's something in the middle of the room before branching out into various other maze systems. As Micah begins to also look around, you do feel a sensation within the room. Maybe a trap or maybe something else, but you can't be certain.
But it feels like it's towards the center of the room.
Yes.
Okay. Hey guys, keep towards the walls and watch your step.
Do you think it's an enemy? If it is, I want to attack first.
I don't know. I just think that there's something in this room and we should be on our guard.
Send in
Okay, if I go in the room, then I'm in the room.
the little one.
I am little.
Dan goes in the room. Currently, there is not a problem.
Hmm.
It is.
Those doors.
But as you
It
hover
seems
around the
like-
area,
Whoa.
trying to not enter inside the exact middle, Tempest, you do see something out of the corner of your eye, as if something is manifesting itself in the middle of the room. An inanimate object similar enough to a pillar.
Whoa.
Is it like
Oh.
really there?
It's hard to tell, but at the current point you're seeing, it's like a weird illusion. When you were facing it directly, you couldn't see it, and when the angle you're at now, you can see it.
Hey, does anyone else see that?
Do I see it?
No one else does.
Yes, I am small.
You can tell that there's
Yes, you are
something
small.
there. You just can't visibly see it. But you do know, based on how Tempest is describing it, this is known as a dimensional rift, which signifies that there's something there that should not belong in this current space.
Oh no.
It seems as though you saw it when you moved to your position. Maybe if we continue around the circle, we can see it from a different angle? Or better from a different angle?
Should we throw Dan into it?
I think it's probably more like, I don't know. Maybe I think it feels like it's holding something.
You
Like
could
a
throw
baby?
me twice as far as a normal person.
Like a baby.
Like a baby.
Yes. Oh.
Currently, you
Yeah.
don't see the full image of the pillar, so hard to
Good,
tell
good.
what it might be holding.
Let's squeeze past Tempest.
Oh.
Do
If I
start
move-
seeing it from this angle?
Immediately.
Angle thing?
Okay, you squeeze that way. Never mind. You do see the pillar system a little bit more. Micah, you see it fully. But as you squeeze into the area, you do see what is a pillar system, much like the Roman pillars, going up into a cauldron area where there is smoke lapping around the area, similar to where Tempest's candle was blowing. And then around that, you also see the wind current that is currently holding it, some rain that is dropping into the cauldron, some fire that is burning from the cauldron itself, and some strange sediment around the cauldron.
What do you think that is?
I don't know. What do you think is making the fire go? What's keeping the fire going?
Magic.
I grab a. Is there a stone around me?
You eventually do find a stone, yeah.
And I just want to toss it through and see if anything happens to the stone. Like, toss it towards the pillars.
Like, are you trying to make a hoop?
No, I'm just seeing like if there's
Or
like.
are you just trying to hit it?
Well, no, I'm. It's more of like if it's safe to approach it. Like I'm seeing if anything happens to the stone or.
Like if there's a force field or something?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You guys can see it now, so I'm just going to give you a visual representation.
Because it's a rift, I don't know if like you're not allowed to like pass into it or something.
Yeah, that makes
You
sense.
know what I mean?
You basically toss it towards it, and the stone rolls until it hits the pillar. Nothing seems to happen.
It seems as though it's safe to approach from this angle.
Go
Go
for it.
right ahead, Ray. I think
Okay.
you should.
Ray approaches.
Stick your head in it.
Oh my god.
The
hot
pillar
dog.
is 8 feet tall, so Ray cannot stick his head in it.
Do I see any inscriptions along the outside of it?
Along the outside of it, you do see pictographs rather than not descriptions, aligned it. It does seem to carry like more like Egyptian hieroglyphs. Blanking on the name. Egyptian pictures. People currently carrying cauldrons here and there of elemental forces of water, wind, fire, earth, heading towards a mountaintop. As that happens, you do see what appears to be a giant manifestation of the representation of lightning, just in a bodily form. And they're currently putting all these elements into what appears to be a volcano. As that happens, you do see someone else toss in what appears to be a humanoid form into said volcano.
Guys, I think we need to make a human sacrifice.
Wait, question. Dan,
I would think that.
Dan, get on my
Yes.
shoulders.
Yes, I'm on your shoulders. Hold up, I'm behind your shoulders.
Get on top of me and look in. Do you see anything interesting?
I'd like to investigate what I can see on top of the shoulders.
Ooh, actually, guys, I can levitate up there.
Show off.
What? I'm investigating.
I want
more than one
Act
person
like
can
you-
investigate. That's fine. Dan,
Dan's long toenail.
man, eventually he does get up
Right.
there. And Tempest, you do float up in the sky. As you look inside, you do see that elemental forces are spewing about in this cauldron or moving into it, much like the pictograph does suggest. However, there is no fifth element, more or less. Not the movie. Maybe. Inside. So there is something missing inside of this cauldron.
Can I eat it?
Well, there's water and fire in it already. What other things do we see inside it right now?
have
Currently,
air
water,
elements.
fire, the air current inside. There is
Air.
sediment along the base of the cauldron, but you don't really see any inside. But there's also
What?
one other potential element missing.
I think it's.
What
I think
if Becky puts
life, I
muscle
think it's
element in
soul.
there? Uh-oh.
I could
it's
put
Ray, you might actually have been right about that human sacrifice thing.
Uh,
Like, go get Tom?
You can
Wait,
believe
what if-
that. I will say though, Tempest, you already were given a message meaning that not all things are as what they seem, and not all keys are as visible inside the same room.
Right. Okay.
Let's get rid of this person.
Uh,
Does anything happen?
not to
Oh.
Just yelling it.
Maybe we should look around.
Well, I mean, we have everything, all our information here. It's
No.
not like we're missing any key information.
Yes, I think we need to continue to search.
Does anything happen if I like touch it or put my hand in?
in the cauldron or like on the.
In the cauldron?
As you begin to put your hand in the cauldron, or actually tell me what you're doing, and then I'll tell you what happens.
I want to like. I don't know, just like.
Do you want to
Um,
imbue our powers into it?
No, I
Yeah,
want to see
fire
if
flame.
it's missing like if it needs a person to like activate something.
You
So
can go ahead and roll
I just
insight for
wanna-
that before maybe offering
That's
a
fair.
human sacrifice.
What if it just needs blood?
Can I scoop some of it out with my spoon?
Uh, before you do that, Tempest, based on the information you do have, you can tell that everything is not what it seems. Based off of the pictographs along the line of it, it does seem to suggest elements. However, the way they depicted it, it does seem to suggest the human or humanoid element being the final recipe, or at least the final source that is needed to appease something or someone. However, the way it's viewed could be interpreted or misinterpreted in various ways. In one instance would be, well, sacrifice of a living thing or being.
I'm all
But-
for that.
Another way that it could be interpreted is sacrifice of something important.
Oh no.
I'm gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna take the ruby
No.
that I found earlier
Ooh,
and I'm gonna drop it in.
what if I drop?
No.
Is that important?
No, Dan, you see
No.
a shiny ruby go into this cauldron.
What
No,
if
you
I
don't.
drop-
You're not tall enough.
What if I drop my
I
class?
tried jumping up there, but I got tiny hops.
What if I drop
Go ahead.
other things important, like my dumbbell in my back?
Oh,
I
or
My
or
glass.
this person. It's gotta be important to somebody.
I'm gonna say out loud, I take out my hand crossbow, which you've never seen me use, but it's the first weapon that I ever learned to assassinate someone with, and I'm gonna put it into the cauldron.
Okay.
What if it's
Whoa.
blood?
As you begin to toss in the first weapon you've ever been trained under, the first one you've ever learned, adapted, and held in your possession. While you no longer use it, it still holds elemental value to you. And when you release it, it hits the cauldron and it doesn't seem to go anywhere. Or nothing seems to happen.
Nah, I guess it doesn't do anything.
Sacrifice.
That's not what I was saying, but okay.
Is it retrievable?
Does someone try to retrieve it? It
I'm
does
not
look
gonna.
retrievable.
I grab it.
Becky, you go on your tiptoes. Sanch grab. Nothing happens.
I don't want to like grab into it. I want to like grab the. I don't want to touch the goo.
There's no goo inside. As mentioned beforehand, there's fire, there is water, there is sediment around the cauldron, and then there is now a crossbow inside. You use your spoon to scoop it up by the string, and you manage to get it out.
I could have just.
I throw it on the ground to inspect it.
You throw it on the ground to inspect it. It's a little cracked in the
Caught a
wood.
fish and you didn't want to touch it.
It's a little cracked in the wood because you just dropped it on the ground. But other than that, nothing seems to be different.
Dan, do you have any family members left in your pockets? Or
No. They
do you have
died.
do you have any of Charlie?
Yes. Right there.
She just looks over towards you, shakes her head. Micah, go ahead and roll insight. Because Micah's not dumb, and I can honestly see Micah understanding this. Tempest, unfortunately, you've already rolled.
Yeah, Tempest.
Hey, I got
Whoa,
it here.
Micah.
Oh, jeez.
Based on the information you
Fine.
do have, and based off everything you already understand, it does seem to indicate that the elements are needed. Fire, water, wind, earth, and then a sacrifice. Based off of that information, it does seem that the sacrifice was put in prematurely.
So we're missing earth, wind.
So
There's
Wind?
sediment around the like not inside of it.
No, like outlined around it, but nothing seems to be inside, as mentioned before.
Oh,
Yes, I scoop that up and throw it in.
You scoop that up and throw it in, and immediately a vortex of wind picks up, and then a tornado of fire, water, earth begins to circulate inside.
Captain.
Okay, now
Okay.
throw in the crossbow. Now make a sacrifice.
Did we
You
get all
gave
of
it up
it?
once. Do you really
throw
want
it
to do
in the
it again?
crossbow.
Dan, grab one of the people.
Dan quickly tries to run over towards this random woman he doesn't like for some reason. Try to go in before Tempest
He's
gets a chance, but
two-dimensional,
unfortunately
and it's
he is 2
freaking
feet
me
tall,
out.
so is unable to move her.
It's just
arms are
like pushing on her
swinging.
leg and she's just standing there like, stop.
We'll give
Yeah.
time for Tempest to throw in the crossbow. As that happens, the crossbow begins to hit inside the tornado, causing it to lift in the air by the wind's pressure itself. As that happens, you do see in your eyes this sacred item to you begins to crack, break, and become nothing but brittle wood and some bits of metal. It hits the cauldron inside, and immediately a massive gust of wind circulates into the area until it reveals a engraving sensation or movement of earth just embedded into the ground, revealing the shortest route out of this area.
Oh.
Oh,
No
yeah.
way. That's pretty darn great.
Which way?
Give me 1 second because it is on the
Lead the way,
G-way.
magical elemental pillar god.
But what if
Dan, we don't need the sacrifice anymore.
we go the other way?
Good. We'll
And
save
fight.
it for later.
Right.
Oh, this way.
Becky, how about we find the shortest way, and then if we want to, we can go back.
No one ever dies. They just
That's
become
a
heroes.
brilliant idea.
Hold up, God is thinking.
Am I? Is it not showing up?
It just
We
stops
see
where
it
Tempest is.
up until where we are.
Oh, that's weird. I guess I'll make a new one.
What are we talking about?
God's thinking right now.
God's line.
Get off me, Becky.
I'm gonna say goes right.
Let's go right. I feel like that's right.
There
No.
We were wrong. We were very wrong.
Do you think there's snakes in here?
As you turn the corner, Becky, you do see snakes.
Ah, the green, long, really green snake.
Off me, Becky.
God snake.
Off me, Becky.
Fast.
Think?
Born fast.
More and fast. You know what that means.
Yes.
Oh shit.
As you enter into one of the final stages of the maze system, you do see two giant minotaur creatures just standing there. For some reason, my vision has been very, very slow. So thankfully enough, the other one seems to be working. As you peer inside, you do see two statues, with one appearing to hold a heart in hand, and the other, well, the other seems to suggest. Come on, let me see it.
Liver?
The other one seems to
Spleen?
suggest a spleen or a piece of meat.
It's like a liver.
I take my spleen.
There are rooms to the left and right and forwards.
Micah was right next to you, Dan. And then Micah's gone.
Micah teleported again.
Wow.
Oh shit, Micah's over there.
Micah was born faster than me.
Micah, how do you keep doing that?
I think we should cut the liver out and give it to somebody.
We should probably inspect things. I would like to inspect the statues for differences.
All right, go ahead and roll investigation.
I'd like to investigate the papers on the table.
Okay, go ahead and roll investigation. For some reason, everything on my end seems to be very slow. So with any luck, I remember everything.
I would like to investigate this room.
Okay. Investigation once again.
Dang, Megan.
This one has a butt.
That's all I get from mine.
This one has a butt. Okay. 23 is pretty good. Tempest, as you begin to examine the room next to you, you can tell that it is a room filled with a lot of tools for cooking, cleaning, and things of that nature. But when you smell the room, it does seem to indicate, so kind things, as if someone has dissected something alive. They could have hunted something, sure, but at the exact same time, you haven't seen an animal in here, except maybe snakes.
Hmm.
Is there anything in these barrels?
Looking inside, you can tell that there are some barrels in here, but as you open up one by one, there is some barrels that are full, some that are not. Tempest, go ahead and roll not history, religion. It does seem to signify something, but you're not entirely sure what it is. But you know there's something there or something apparent. It's just not tracking one to one.
I'm gonna bring the barrels out into the main room.
All right, you do so just fine. Micah, when you enter into the area, look at the paperwork and look at the documents around it, you can tell that this is a room filled with scholarly knowledge and information. As you peer into the books and that type of information, you can tell that this is very arcanic knowledge, something that you're not exactly accustomed to, but it is something important that you just can't really put one to one to right now.
Who in my group would be knowledgeable in that?
Perhaps Tempest,
Just
maybe Ray, if you believed Ray had some
No.
inkling of magic.
what
No.
about Adam or
Oh, right, the NPCs. You do believe that Connor would be the most knowledgeable, and then perhaps Adam, and then Sala, and then Nara.
okay. I think I would ask Connor to come into the room and look at it and tell me what he thinks.
Right, let me bring them to you. Unfortunately, my computer is still going slow, but they will arrive eventually.
I can wait.
Eventually arriving, Connor does come into the room after you invite him in. Line going with them. Unfortunately, they were in the same layer. Entering inside, he does state, Mr. Micah, can I help you with something?
Yes, I'm not familiar with this kind of information, and I believe you are probably the most knowledgeable. What can you decipher from what I have found in this room?
Oh, let me take a look. Staring at the books, let me roll. Advantage thanks to Micah assisting. I'm assuming Micah would assist.
Definitely, I'm right behind him.
Assisting him and making sure everything is as clean as possible. Connor does look towards the books and towards you, Micah. He does state, from what I can tell, a lot of this information is ritualistic, meaning that it takes time and effort to use these type of properties. But potentially one could use some of these spells to gain more arcanic knowledge. As I'm beginning to go through near my window again.
I heard it that time.
Connor does state, it's possible you can learn some new magical traits and properties out of these books, but you would have to be patient enough to learn them. But the one you could probably learn the fastest would be this one. He points towards it, and it does read, or at least he does tell you, it reads, identify magic and identify spell. Detect magic and the identify spell. They're very good if you don't know what is magical or if you're looking for magical properties.
I thought for some reason I have identify magic.
You might. I'm not entirely sure what you do, Mr. Micah.
I will take the book and then I will ask, will any of the information that you see here help us to escape this maze safely?
It's possible, but I would need to further examine it further. He wouldn't say further examine it further. He would just say further examine it.
If you want to live, then I would suggest to get to it.
Fair enough. I mean, you said you took the book. Do you let Connor study it more?
Yes, he can study the book and
Yeah. He begins to study
everything.
everything. You take like 5 scrolls that are also there. The book, 2 other books that are also there. He does tell you that they seem to have magical properties, but he'll have to examine those later. Unfortunately, he also does not have the identify spell or detect magic. You know, good spells to have if you're able to get them. But he continues to read the book, making sure if there's anything or any other information he can use to get you guys out of here. As you all regroup into the area, Tempest, you're currently dragging to... they're not barrels, they're more like clay pots.
He seemed important.
Solo does suggest, potentially, those type of objects are often not used for preservation and religious means, but not exactly sure if they qualify currently. Do any of you know how people and religions work?
Oh, Ray should know about religion.
I know about religion.
You just hear
Yeah.
from the corner of the room.
Fuck the gods.
Yes, Ray, we know. But what do you know about it?
Oh, yeah. What about it?
Anything sparking anything in that tin head of yours?
Oh, it's on the other side of the room.
I show him what's in the clay pots, and I motion to them and around the room. Do you think of if this is embalming stuff? Do we need to treat the heart and the meat that's in front of each of those statues, or what?
Hey, take a turn.
You can go ahead
So
and roll
from my
religion.
time, yeah. Do I get advantage for being in the church for all that time?
No, you just gotta roll. Because, as you put it, fuck the gods. And you stop listening after a while.
Yeah, this means nothing. I don't think this has anything to do with anything.
Oh.
Wow, that's really helpful. Thanks, Ray.
You're welcome. I'm going back to staring at the bull butt.
That's an interesting use of your time.
Ray is a brilliant person. I too will look at the bull's butt on its face.
Do I see any writing on the walls or anything on the statues themselves or on the pedestals in front of them or anything?
There doesn't seem to be any writing along the walls of pedestals or anything of that nature. Just a weird, the way they're standing seems to suggest something else. They seem to be more or less pressing into the ground, as if digging.
What's the ground like from
Bring the
underneath?
heart back to life.
It does seem to be standard cobblestone, so they couldn't necessarily dig underground, as there's really no dirt to dig underground. But based off of that information and how Ray was more or less saying, this doesn't mean anything, you're dumb, I'm gonna go ahead and stare at minotaur butts for some reason.
Whatever is your thing.
Yeah,
that's
it
fine,
does
right?
seem to suggest something having to do with the ground and some type of preservation. Tempest, you can automatically get that. You've been keeping track and you've been doing good, so it does seem to suggest some type of ritualistical property of burying the dead or some part of the dead.
Okay.
Actually, Micah, you've been here for 666 years. You too know.
Yes.
Yeah, roll religion, mother.
It's a matter of remembering.
Okay.
9.
Good job, mother.
Very smart.
Nice.
Yay!
Based on the information you have and based on everything you currently know or remember, it's kind of hard to remember sometimes. You can tell that the current preservation of these two organs does need to preserve it in a certain way. It does require ritualistical rites, or in cleric or paladin senses, bury the dead in their proper way. In this case, based on the statues suggesting them digging, it does seem to correlate with a type of way that certain cultures bury their dead, by first preserving the organs and the like in clay structures to preserve them as long as possible outside of the main form of the body. Based on how they're also aligned in this way, it also seems to suggest that they also need to be placed in a certain position within the room itself. But it's not that hard for Micah to discern that it needs to be in between each of these statues to signify both wealth, order, law, and protection.
So, Micah, you're saying that we have to move the heart and the piece of meat to the center of the room?
No. They need to be preserved in the clay pots. That Tempest you already have. You need,
okay.
and then be placed back in the exact same spot.
Okay. Okay. Guys, we got this. I already have the clay pots, so
Okay.
do the clay pots seem to have a difference in their contents or their size to indicate what they would be used for? Like which one would be for which?
Yeah, based on the information you do have, the one to your right suggests liver, and the one to the left suggests heart. Is what Micah tells you. 9 to 20. Michael did good. Micah
So
did
what
good.
Mother.
So we can match up those clay pots with the appropriate organs and stuff.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, I agree, Tempest. We put
So-
them in there and then make soup.
Who wants to make the ceremonial soup?
I do.
All right, here, I'll hold
Alright.
the pot. You put the thing in.
Becky, go
Alright.
ahead and roll religion, because you do not know how to perform last rites.
I just
Right,
want
this is where
I
you'd
just
be
want
helpful.
to help out.
Okay, someone needs to perform. Oh, 15's pretty good.
I did it.
You made a beautiful speech, Becky.
I made beautiful religion soup.
Wow.
You're totally not wrong, but a weird way of phrasing it.
All right, and then we'll put it back where it was. Now, Becky, let's do the same thing with the liver.
Okay, I know how to
Liver
do
soup.
it now.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll religion with advantage this time.
Dan, what's going on? Are we figuring this out?
Oh, I don't know.
I look away from my book for a second.
Oh,
Ah.
did I?
Sounds great.
Oh.
As you begin to form last rite, you can tell that there's a weird burning sensation within your nostril. As that happens, you can tell that something in your gut is currently burning, as if this is not going well. And Becky, you do take 1d10 point of damage.
Oh,
3 points
No.
of damage. As currently, from what you can tell, your liver is burning from inside you.
Ow! I can, after intense training, I can
Whoa.
feel my liver burn.
As
Right.
a fish, I have massive livers. I shall do this.
Yes. What is it?
Ray, do you know how to
Help me
do last rites
stay
for a liver?
buoyant. Hey, help me stay buoyant.
Actually, from my medical experience,
I did not want
would I
to.
have at
I-
least learned like the,
This would be more
Fucked
religion
up.
than anything else.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, sure. I mean, if it has
I mean, you
anything to
seem
do with
to be the best
organs, I can do
qualified.
it. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if it has anything to do with organs, I'm pretty sure I can handle it.
We're making
I
liver
vomit.
soup.
Oh, okay.
I have the pot. You just gotta put the liver in the
Seems
right
like
way.
there's just a lot of people. Anyone want to move aside and I give it a shot?
It's
No one
hard.
knows.
The liver is slippery. I couldn't put it in.
Okay, I will roll a religion.
I've never failed this, so it should be good.
Nice.
Nice.
That wasn't that bad.
Based on the way you're doing things, it does seem to suggest that these two body parts don't belong to the same person. So you form a different type of rite that would connect with this one, and then eventually you do finish the last rites for this man, woman, child, or whatever this thing was. Different an adult base of the size.
There we go. Organ soup.
Wow, I'm very impressed.
All right. Now what?
From what you can tell, as this happens, a weird ka-tunk, zhoof sound happens, and something was either turned off or turned on.
I think we can go past their butts now. I was staring at it for a while, and it seemed as though it would be dangerous to pass it.
Hmm.
Were they
I feel-
farting?
I
My
don't
power
know.
just
It's like a
turned on.
magical fart. Be careful when entering here, though.
Careful of the pillars again.
More pillars.
Do we feel any airflow in here?
There is a
Yeah.
weird airflow, but that could honestly just be just a open room. Maybe.
All right. I would like to light that candle again.
You light the candle, and there doesn't seem to be any problematic air currents.
Okay. I'm gonna make a perimeter
I
around
cross
the
the threshold of the pillars.
And you're fine.
Whoa.
And like
Okay.
before, but this
Wow.
time in front of you, as you cross the threshold of the pillars, you do see a very, very big chest at the very end of the system. As soon as it pops up, because it doesn't pop up for me.
Yep.
Oh, wait, I don't know that.
Where?
I don't know you have a key.
A chest? Oh, a chest.
Yes.
Not a chest, but a chest.
There's a very large female chest over here.
What makes it female?
It's boobs. It's a large boob.
And boobs.
It's boobs.
Yes, the boobs.
That looks like a carving on the floor.
There we go.
Oh,
Show that
that
for me.
chest. Okay.
That's a hell of a rock.
I don't know what's going on with 1920. But it eventually shows.
Do I see any keyholes or anything?
There is a small little keyhole where something might be able to fit inside.
Do I think that the key that I found would fit?
Seem to track 1-to-1.
I'm gonna try it.
All right. As you lock in and turn the key, it does seem to click open and then begins to open up. Inside, you do see a good amount of, well, first off, money, and then various items inside wrapped up with cloth, covering what truly lies inside.
Do I feel any sort of like traps or magic around this?
Not currently, or at least there's nothing currently visible to see.
Okay.
Do you like test it by like putting your hand in there?
Yeah, I'll like touch a piece of the gold.
Touch a piece of gold, you're fine. You like touch some of the stuff that's wrapped in cloth, so you can't really see what's inside. Fine. Whatever you guys did, you honestly enough did it quite well. You managed to solve the pain without getting lost, which was honestly surprising.
New for us.
We're
New for
awesome,
you.
guys. We did good.
You managed to
Let's
get
reward ourselves with all this treasure.
you managed to get gold, money, silver, copper, platinum, and these new items. And next session, a level up.
What
Yay.
Super!
More
while.
necromancy.
What a great weekend. Super.
You will definitely. I don't want to take it from you. I would say you guys are very intelligent, or at least two of you
No.
are very good at mazes. But I'll let you decide who those two people are.
It was
All I can
probably
say is
did all the
never
work.
talk
All
to
of
a
us.
My new
mimic.
name is All
That's
the Work
Ray.
Human Man.
It was
Damn.
not Megan.
It was definitely a team effort, although a very awkward team effort.
It was-
You honestly
it was
did it in
Lauren.
record time. I expect
Naira
2
did
sessions
it.
inside of this maze.
Mira did it.
With some new gold, new items, and a new level up, we'll see what happens and how you get out of here. And Connor finishing that book to get you guys out of here. Figure out all that next time
Nice.
as we end the session for today.
Yay!
Yay.
I made it all the way through the. Your mom is gonna be so